Welcome back, boys. Welcome back. Yeah, we are. Is it not? Are we good? We are good, right? It says we're live. Because Atha just posted stream late. YouTube? Okay, I think we're okay. How you boys all doing? What's up, Average Rogue? What's up, Golden Sands? How you boys all doing? Hope all of you are having a motherfucking good one, boys. We got ourselves another day for 5v5 1v1 Duels. This time over on the NA. If you guys want to join in, you're more than welcome to. We might have a little bit of a slower start for... today, but you know what? Show must go on. Hi, y'all, dude. Welcome back. Welcome back, boys. Golden, my man, Ford King. How you doing, boys? Hope all of you are having a good Mimi. What's up, Ford? You got a group, man? Yo, NA. Let's get some groups up and running, man. Yeah, let's get some groups up and running. Also, I was messing on the beta. Dude, I want to try this enhancement build. Enhancement build. It looks so good. It looks like a lot of fun. Oh my god, dude. Oh, no intro? Was there no intro? Wait, hold on. Was there no intro? Yo, can we get a good old intro in here, boys? Can we get a good old intro in here? Okay, well, I think my intro in the stream did a little bit of a blip, but it's okay, dude. My whole fucking day from the start of the day was like, I fucked up in the video, dude. I made the music way too fucking loud. Oh man, how did I miss that? That's the first thing I do is set the audio levels. And then just toss things in. I guess it slipped my mind, man. But I worked pretty bit on that video. I actually think it's very important we're talking about the PvP changes happening in the game as of recently, man. Finally. And I think it's a good thing Blizzard is finally putting it out onto the actual testing grounds, boys. Let's get some 5v5 1v1 Duels teams going over on the NA. Oh, man. Panda music? It actually, I don't think it was Panda music. I think it was High Mountain music. But yeah. Was a Raid Shadow Legends too. Dude, I got an email from them this morning. Hold on, let me read it. Okay. Hold on. I literally have an email from Lisa. Raid Shadowlands promotion YouTube channel Dalaran Gaming. Hi, my name is Lisa, a representative for Buzz Guru, a worldwide popular influencer marketing agency based over in Europe. Oh, European boys would love it. We are interested in involving your YouTube channel Dalaran Gaming in a sponsorship campaign in September, promoting popular RPG game Raid Shadow Legends PC Mobile. This promotion is very convenient. Our client is looking for a 2-hour live stream on your YouTube channel, which is convenient because I do 2-hour live streams every motherfucking day. Oh my god. If you're interested, please let me know here or in Discord. Wow, using Discord. I feel like you would think if it's a Discord thing, you would think it's not legit, but I think it's real. I think they're just hip with the kids. The kids that are using Discord, they might as well too. We will share this information with our client. We'll get back to you in case we have finalized offer. If you are not interested in Raid Shadow Legends promotion, and why would I not be, dude? Raid Shadowlands? WoW Shadowlands? Raid Shadowlands? The same thing. I think you guys will love it. Please reply me anyway, so I won't bother you again with this advertising campaign. Looking forward. I think, Lisa, I think this might be an actual, like, real I don't know, because I don't know how spammy they are. So, no offense to Lisa at all, but yeah. If you guys want a Shadow Legends live stream and for me to make a bit of dough on the side, we can literally make it fucking happen, dude. Raid Shadow Legends, dude. Have you heard of Shadowlands? Well, get ready for Raid Shadow Legends, dude. It would work perfectly. Am I ready to sell my soul? Well, I gotta buy a 380 Ti somehow, am I right? Do need Nvidia cards? I had to get me one of those, so maybe Shadow Legends is the way you do it. Lol W, dude. It's fucking great. I love it. I read it, I was like, dude, it's perfect. They want 2-hour live stream. I'd stream for 2 hours. Oh shit, dude. Well, if you guys are actually down with a meme, we can do it on a fucking Thursday. It'll be Shadow Legends meme day, dude. Held Rock got a group? How you doing, my man? 5 out of 5. Yo, boys, can we get a second group up and running for the 5v5 1v1 Duels? Yo, since this is taking a second, I am gonna hit up the Champions Club. Wait, print? Don't even need to hit up the Champions Club over here, dude. Yo, let's fucking go. Print and Held Rock first up, man. Hell yeah, bud. We got Print, Held Rock. I have no target. Misspelled Held Rock. Here we go. Get that money down. Yo, dude, that's how I feel about anybody else doing any of the if you have to do a sponsor deal, dude. If you're a channel and you're not really doing that great on views and YouTube fucks you over and you want to make that money, get that money, do the Raid Shadow Legends deal, whatever, right? I am perfectly okay with it. I will meme them because I feel like Raid Shadow Legends is meme worthy, but I think they know they're pretty meme worthy too, right? They've been around for a bit. We all know it's a mobile game, right? Like, there's no hard feelings, I think, there, okay? We haven't seen this arena as a start in quite a bit here, boys. You know what I mean? Like, no offense to them whatsoever. Do your thing, dude. If someone's got to make that money, do it. I just feel like, would I watch that myself? Would I personally watch it? Well, I would say I personally wouldn't watch it myself. I'd be like, yo, nothing to you. I'll come back another day. You know? I personally wouldn't want to sit there and watch it. I've never played Raid Shadow Legends, but I have zero interest in a mobile game, even though you can technically play on PC. But I have zero interest. So, if I wouldn't watch it, if I personally wouldn't watch it, then should I do the stream? Like, if I don't believe in the Raid Shadow Legends, do I stream Raid Shadow Legends? You know what I mean? Yeah, that's just like I can't, dude. I can't. I literally just can't get myself. Alrighty. Twitch. We got ourselves Kane gonna be up on Team Blue Otis. Is that a Celestial Mount yours? It is. That looks great on the Monk. We got Laurie in the back, Manji Print, and Waka gonna be first up versus Mithrin as a Feral. Pop. Oh no! Making a surprise appearance as a balanced druid. Yo, speaking of boomies, I did an arena on Shadowlands. On Raid Shadow Legends with a balanced boomy who messed this paladin days up, dude. He messed his day up completely. Dropping a bike onto Mithrin right now. Bark's coming in and out for Mithrin as Walken goes in for a bit of damage. Looks like he is going to commit some pressure into Mithrin. Mithrin down on Barkskin. Biggest defensive gone. I'm not sure if we've seen a Thorns on him or not. Renewal already being used. So Wog already put up a lot of pressure into Mithrin. Mithrin is going to get himself the what looks like Incarnation for a second, or Celestial Alignment, either way. I think it is Celestial Alignment for a second here. And I think it's a random proc maybe he actually used. Actually, I think real Vision of Perfection seems like what he's running, so it's going to be Vision of Perfection. That's just coming down into Mithrin. It's going to be not too much damage to Wog, who got himself wall up and running. Mithrin, I think, has no way of surviving this such a death. It is going to be fatal as he does come down. Ked going to be next on Team Red. On Team Red, we also got Syndicate. Oh, wait, we got us, yeah, Syndicate, Wargren, and Held Rock, and Ked as a Monk versus Wog. And this is going to give him a bit of an honor duel. Wog just went through quite a few cooldowns for that last duel. It's going to be a little bit rough for him to get back on track with that one, honestly. There's going to be some images coming up for Cat, but Wog is already all the way in the other zip code, bailed out of there, needs to kind of wait out the images. Is going to land the in-cap onto Cat. Actually going to get images of his own, getting that Lexi up and running. Trigger coming out for Cat as he's looking to get his way out of that situation. Is going to get a port. Not the most amount of damage committed by Wogcon in his images, but it looks like Wog is going to commit more cooldowns to continue fighting with Cat. It's going to be damp and harm down for the count. Has a wall coming up in 30 seconds. Maybe might be a situation he might want to use Karma. Ring of Peace getting used on the Fist of Fury. Knocking Cat off the platform, allowing Wogcon to recover a little bit of health. So at least it's going to be a pretty decent situation in his regard, at least for the time being. Can I switch to the duels playlist real quickly here before these boys really start taking off each other's heads? It's going to be Cat on the aggression with Wog looking to bail out of the touch of death. Did that come down? I saw a wall. Usually monks like to put touch of death and a wall together. Big dress into Wog, who got an in-cap onto Ked, and is just looking to catch a reset. Actually, massive recovery. Dressing out no longer usable by Ked. Was that touch of death with Ked? I didn't look, because he did pop a wall. Leg sweep onto Ked, clotheslines him with a Fist of Fury and a bike getting thrown out. Not too much damage available after with a Ring of Peace as soon as Ked pops images and Wakan actually got himself nice zoning potential here. Ked so far has gotten zoned out twice that he wanted to get a big go onto Wakan. Still got quite a lot of damage and Wakan is still playing this very, very defensively, very, very carefully. It looks like Wakan may be waiting for some major cooldowns in order to get some big damage to the Ked. Whirling Jacket Punch coming out for Ked. In cap onto the Fist of Fury. Does he have a go of his own? It's a leg sweep, and it's going to be tricky out of Wakan. Ked is looking for some big damage right now. It looks like his health is going down little by little. The images for Wakan are doing work. Fist of Fury is going to stop for a second. Wakan is going to bail out of the Fist of Fury immediately. Ked is already at the top of the platform to try to meet him. Disarm coming out right now for the Fist of Fury, and it gets to deny some of the damage from the Monk. I think the only thing you do is deny the Fist of Fury. I don't think it reduces their damage anymore. I think they used to. If you disarmed a monk, or I think only a monk. If you disarmed him, they did do a little bit less damage, even though they're mostly punching and kicking. But since the one time I think they make disarmament actually utility. Wall coming out for Wog with a dress to follow. I think it was onto Ked. Big defenses walk on. It's going to be Ked with a wall of his own as well. Touch of Death coming out for Wakan. Ked is going to take a lot of the damage. It's not going to be a karma situation right here. It could potentially be. It's going to reverse that karma. Wakan pressing a karma immediately as Wakan sells is not doing that good. Ked and Wog are flipping the karma back and forth. And Wog is still behind on health. Good karma is not in play. Does not get the healing of good karma. Is going to go down while Ked did, I think, play good karma. I believe he did. What else is in the same row? It's a leg sweep ability and a Ring of Peace and good karma. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Ked is not playing the leg sweep talent. Good karma is going to give quite a lot of damage. Touch death onto Manji, as Manji is going to go for a metamorphosis on top of Ked. Huge dress coming out, and that's going to be maybe Manji taking a lot of damage here. Big touch of death is going to lower down a little bit on health. Going to be a little bit of lag coming out from Manji, and Ked is going to try to make it disappear. Trying to make himself a little more scarce out here. Interrupted into a stun. Ked not looking all that healthy. In cap into Manji, who still has a trick. And Ked looking for a little bit of recovery. Does he have enough to compete with the Demon Hunter? That is full metamorphosis. Better get on the run. Manji needs to catch up to Ked. Lots of damage. Ked is super low in health. Does not need to get interrupted. Stun. And then he's done. Manji with so much blast and damage. Super aggro against... yeah, boy, Ked. And that's going to be, I think, Syndicate join up next. It is going to be Syndicate. Almost missing that kid in the shot into a bike onto Monty. Is going to play in that assassination. Mutilates are coming out. Getting the dots up and running into Monty. Dropping out Darkness as Evasion comes out from Rogue. Interrupted on him. I-beam. It's going to be Monty flying up in the air. Syndicate dropping down a smoke bomb to try to make himself a little bit harder to hit from Monty while he's up in the air. Should be able to... no. I was about to say, should be able to get maybe... oh, open it up with a little too early of a cheap shot. Still landing that kill with a big old dress, but that was a DR and a cheap shot either way. Print landing that root onto Syndicate from a distance. Chaos Bolt, one flying, getting a couple incinerates, sending the Succubus over onto Syndicate to keep him some company. That was some big damage out of Manji, dude. That man came in blasted it. Shout out to a Shadow Step kick. I was thinking Syndicate would actually go for full line of sight. Succubus CC catching him out in the open. For Print, this is perfect opportunity, man. Just needs to get some Immolate, big haze buff. Bone Chaos Bolt into Syndicate. Cloak of Shadows coming out immediately. Print Warlock is just going for Dark Soul instability. Vanish coming out for Syndicate after that cloak is almost over. Looks like he gets a clean reset. There's going to be lots of cooldowns on a Print. Syndicate is not out of the game, but that's still a very, very scary Warlock. Very scary, and we only hit in that 9%. Oh, I guess Print picked up the eyes. Going to be able to see the Rogue into a Shadow Step cheap shot onto Print. Trying to go for Reaping Flames. Kidney shot right after. Trinket for Print. I don't really know if he needs to trinket that Kidney shot. Syndicate dropping down off the side after he got some dots onto Print. It looks like he was able to wait out the Infernal, deciding that he wants to kind of line aside Print. But I think, yeah, blind. Oh, jumping blind. Succubus seemed to stop in place. That's going to be long enough for the blind to come back. And Print might be able to get a Conflago to Syndicate. Print not a lot of health left for him. Cheap shot might be going down right here. Syndicate actually landing that kill onto Print in the last second. Trinket's out of the Kidney shot. Kidney shot back onto Laura. Does Laura trinket this and go for offensive? Looks like Syndicate might actually be able to escape with that one scot-free. He just... oh my goodness. He actually... I'm surprised he lived past Print Warlock. Did Print use a health trinket there? Because it looked like Print had a bunch of health and then it's just gone. Like a portion of his health just disappeared. Syndicate staying away from the ice, knowing that Laura is probably going to go for it. Vanish coming out. Syndicate should know that Laura is all on the lookout. Could have hit him with the Phantom Knives. Maybe would have at least got him out of stealth. Lara is going to land the opener. Cold Blood is available. Mally getting thrown out on Syndicate with a TD. Does he go for a Vanish? Lara, okay, Lara did use a Vanish. What damage does he got? Bike get thrown into Lara. Still chicken available. Vendetta coming out of Syndicate. Has an evasion if he needs it. He's going to pop an evasion as Lara is coming out of the kidney shot. And Lara, you have a limited amount of time to get some big damage into Syndicate. Otherwise, next kidney shot could be deadly. Does Lara even have a trigger? Cloak of Shadows not being burned. Evasion not being used yet. Syndicate looking for a reset. And he will have the Vendetta onto Lara to be able to see him, even if they're going to sell cheap shot in him. Into a biggest dress possible. Lara does get the opener kidney shot onto Syndicate. Is that going to be another blind? The dots do get them down, however, with Kane being the last one. Does he have enough to take down Syndicate? Because he does a Vanish back up. And there goes the Vanish as soon as that's coming out for Kane. Yo, Syndicate has a perfect opportunity here, man. I think he has a perfect opportunity. It is a monk with full cooldowns, but Syndicate have gotten through worse, man. He defeated Print Warlock, one of the fastest games bots in the West out here. He got through Lara, and I think he was the one who killed Manji too. He did kill Manji, so it could be a big old 1v4. We'll see. Kane has, I think he definitely has the ball in his court. Syndicate down in evasion and Cloak of Shadows. I don't know what the Trinket situation is, because they did Trinket Lara's kidney shot, so I think the Trinket should be back up by now, right? About a minute 30 did pass. Kidney shot onto Kane. Is Syndicate going to go for the dot playstyle? Reaping Flames that's coming out. In cap, I think he was trying to go for a Shadow Step. Touch Death is going to hit Syndicate. Does he have a way out of this one? Cloak of Shadows, all he has is a defensive. He's going to pop a cloak and try to sprint out of the fate. Is going to be there. Touch Death does connect. The dress from Kane does not really reach him, I don't think. And Syndicate's still on the run. Shadow Step still available. Does he use it? He does not use the Shadow Step to swap positions with Kane. Does get himself a short reset with a cheap shot onto Kane. With a Vendetta to follow right after. Just trying to see if he can kite him around with dots. Getting himself a heal at 28% dampening. That's going to be rude by Kane. Big dress. Kane is forced to Trinket and Karma. Blind by Syndicate. He clears all the damage off of Kane. No more Karma damage to reverse it back to Kane. No more good Karma value. And Syndicate catching resets. I think it's his game to lose at this point. Unless Kane somehow survives this opener, Syndicate is going for a bike in the open. Oh, there it is. This assassination rogue defeated one of the scariest warlocks around, and then the rest of the team went down right after. Pretty well done. I mean, I know you guys don't like seeing rogues win, for sure, for sure. You're like, oh man, rogues are cheating. All those stuns, all those resets, playing like bitches. But you gotta give him credit, man. He did pretty good against a Print. Did Print run a Battle Master's Trinket to reduce his health? I feel like he did. It was hard to tell because he had a plane of health and it was just gone, like cut in half. It's kind of weird. Let's get another one going, yeah? Alright, boys, let's see if we get another group up and running here. I should name a druid Old Boomy. That's up to you, man. Whatever you wanna. There's NA Fridays here. Yep, today is NA, boys. We should owner played Shadowlanders. Dude, I think people actually did give it a try. I don't know. You'll be surprised how many people actually play mobile games. There's a guy online on YouTube named Gigak. He usually does like anime videos. Pretty sure some of you guys, this should be in your ballpark if you ever watch Gigak. I think it's funny as shit. But he did a video on like how much money can you waste in mobile games. And it turned out to like, wait, people actually play mobile games legit. And it turned out to him actually playing mobile games legit kind of deal. So I feel like mobile games definitely have a bad thing about them, like bad rep behind them. I think some games, majority of them, or if not all games, definitely do have a little bit of this like, hey, we really want you to spend the money. Is there any other team? Can we go against the same team? Yeah, Print, definitely. Let's give it like a minute or two. See if anybody's making a new group. I need some more OP and resilient players. Let's go, dude. Let's go, man. What's up? What's up, about? How you doing, my dude? Hey, boys, if you guys know how to make these duels, if you guys know how to make groups, I'd love to see some variety over on the NA. I mean, I'm gonna throw in Held Rock and Print against each other as many times as necessary, but yeah, the more variety we can get, the better. Almost killed the monk. You got pretty close, Mithrin. Got pretty close. Along with the stream beat, usually I do 2 hours, but there's plenty of times that I've ran over time. You know what I mean? More Print and Warlock plays, dude, easy, because there's technically literally only 2 groups on an A. EU had like 7 groups at some point. Today on an A, we're having a slower start, but that's okay. Sunny Mustache, appreciate you, fam. I like your name, Peaches. If I'm Ally and your group is up, yeah, Ally and Horde are both up over on the NA, boys. Easy. Try to grab a guild to meme. Go for it if you want to. You hate A groups? Yeah, dude, that's nutty. Yeah, we need that kind of representation over on the NA. But I understand. BFA is over. Everybody's waiting for Shadowlands. Hopefully in the pre-PTR, they'll enable the war games and stuff. Because if they enable war games, they're going to spectator match. Because I think it'll be really sad if PTR came out and we can't even war game each other. We'll need to figure out what else do we want to do for the 5V5 1v1 Duels. We'll do something janky for like a month. But yeah, mostly Russian. A lot of them are glads. Yeah, there is a lot of Russians. Which is, I think they're probably all friends of Kragar, isn't it? Probably have a pretty big ass community over there, don't they? For like duels and stuff. First and mustache. Thank you, Steven. Appreciate you, my man. I like your last name, Steven Lovelace. I like that. That's interesting. I never seen it before. Not so you can make it down. Yeah, it's all good vibe. Don't worry about it, my man. Don't you worry, my dude. Yeah, there should be alliance groups and horde groups. I think we're gonna get Print and Heldrock queued against each other once again. Let me get at champions. Let me get yeah. Let me tag champs. Need more help getting NA 5V5 duels rolling. Hit him with a smile on the face. Maybe they don't feel as bad feel annoyed getting tagged. Because I hate getting tagged in Discord calls, dude. I hate seeing that red notification because it gives me anxiety every time. It's like when you get an email or a text message and it's like gives you a... I'm like, oh god, what the fuck is this? Because it's like every time I think, oh man, what should be something bad today? But that's just me, neurotic nature and whatnot. Switch. We got ourselves the same team. We got ourselves Heldrock as a survival hunter. We got Ked, the Windwalker, chilling in the back. We got Mithrin trying out the boom once more. Lissy's going up again. Syndicate in the back, and Wargran as also another survival. Walkan being a monk on Team Blue as well as Kane. We got Monji on a DH. Print Warlock. I think Print is going to be going first as a Destro and Laura chilling in the back. And Print versus Mithrin as a Boomy. Wait a second. Who just joined? Oh my goodness. My man, Jummy. How you doing, my man? Can we get a hashtag Jummy in chat? Can we get a hashtag Jummy in chat? Show an appreciation for the full membership. My man, appreciate you becoming a member of. I think it's actually just refreshing. Because I don't think he really left technically. But YouTube doesn't really have a resubscribe thing. Or a continued sub or whatever. But appreciate you, fam. Thank you so much. I don't think he's even been here in a while. I think it's been a bit since we've seen Jumby here for a bit, man. Oh my god. Mithrin already take a lot of damage. Is going to be able to sneak in a Star Surge onto Print from here and there. Big immolated Casball might be line decided. Nope, it was not. Mithrin better have a defensive available here. Noble Bard's got no more renewal. Is going to eat yet another Casball. Did he shatter melt that one? It looked like he might have. Is popping it into a tree form cat from any form to break away from Print. Anything you can use. And with barely any health available. Swiftman coming out. Needs himself a big kill. The pet is there to interrupt him. I think it's going to be done and done. The Azeroth procs on Print, man. As soon as he got the immolation aura, it might as well be more dot damage than Affliction can do. I remember back in Season 3 with Ajara Raid, you actually get all those traits where your dots from a Destruction Warlock Immolate would actually get so many crazy procs. Between Azeroths, between trinkets, between traits, you could just have things procking from a distance. And just a single Immolate will basically be equivalent to, and even better, than Affliction Warlock's dots. But that's going to be Wargren versus Print Warlock next as Survival Hunter. Already having his pet. Eating some dot damage. And Print just mounting up. It's going to be mobility and traps versus just the raw Chaos Bolt and power of Print. Somehow not... Wait, his pet ended up getting trapped in the steel trap. I was thinking somehow Print walked over the trap. Pet is far away, cannot get any kind of CC. Print is eating a Maledict in the opener. He's going to go for Mortal Coil into a Case Bolt for Wargren. Off the Mali into a Fear right after. Into a Case Bolt right following that. And I think it's an Immolate into Cataclysm. That's got a bit of damage for Print. Is going to get traps onto that pet. Might need to go for a CC onto the pet. Trying to get next to Print. Is going to interrupt him on the Fear. And Print is setting up a Case Bolt. Instant Turtle coming out for Wargren. I'm pretty just gonna pop himself a Warlock Hellstone and maintain himself for a bit. Wargren is a little bit behind. No more magic dots per second. Does get himself a little bit of a Manning advantage into a Feign Death. Should probably be using Feign Death at the end of a cast. Like a cast will come in, Feign Death. So he doesn't get hit. Print Warlock is gonna be able to at least get some drain life from the pet as we're hitting that 3-minute mark. In just 2 minutes, we're getting that dampener rolling. Wargren is doing a really good job of trying to steel trap the succubus the whole time. I don't know if that's what he means to do or not. Succubus see coming out, and she looks like Print might be able to position herself for a bit of damage. Wargren gonna eat a Caswell for free at the very least. Cataclysm to follow as well. That's gonna be quite a bit of damage. And it's going to go for a feign death to clear himself off of all doubts. Freeze trap onto that succubus pet. Can't really stop Print. Stopping him with a stun at the last second, but slowed down by his own corruptions. Can't really go anywhere. Print landing a Mortal Cold into Caswell. Swambo combo yet again. Shadow Fury right after. Bike gets thrown on Print. Eats the bike damage. Doesn't really hurt him too much. Into a Fear into Wargren. Finally, Caswell might be it. It's a couple of scenarios to follow. Maybe that'll be enough to finish off the job. Wargren, if you get procced on right now, this is literally the end. He needs to get himself a feign death to clear the dots off immediately. And there it goes. Not even a feign death, just a real death. That's going to be a Held Rock up next from one Survival Hunter and another. Does use the steel trap from Wargren just to trap that succubus. Infernal coming down, gonna be checking for Held Rock out of that stun, gets a short stun on the Print Warlock. Gonna be Fear into a Casbolt right after. Does Held Rock have an answer for this Casbolt? Looks like he shot him out that one. Second Casbolt on the way with a Cataclysm and Drain Life to follow. Held Rock is gonna feign death to clear himself off of dots. Print Warlock, not a lot of health available. Wall is up. Does throw a Mortal Coil at Held Rock, but he was quite a distance away. Print Warlock dying right before the Mortal Coil could do much. Kane actually avoiding that freezing trap, but then running right back into a trinket. Touch of death onto Held Rock. Has Turtle Shell if he wants to. I don't know if he has feign death available for it. Might need a turtle. And there goes the turtle with mending bandages. Securing himself at least a non-instant death out of Kane. Kane almost avoided that freezer trap super well. Did not need to burn a trinket, but now I feel like he might be a little bit behind. If anything, we'll see how Held Rock plays it, but Held Rock now has at least an opportunity to open himself up for a lot of CC onto Kane. Anytime he has a big setup, throw a freezing trap down. Has a second setup, throw a stun at him. So you can do quite a bit of CC chains. There's going to be a stun to Kane with a Mallory rolling at the distance. Held Rock is going to harpoon to Kane, rooting him down for a second. Kane trying to see if he can reverse some of the magic damage back to Held Rock and a feign death. Freeze and trap as Kane starting to get a little bit of a setup, and that's going to be Held Rock topping himself off. Does Held Rock have enough mobility to actually continue here? Does look like he picks up the base. Kane having to go for a Karma this early. Held Rock decides to nullify any damage to Kane. No freezing trap to stop Kane in his pack though. Leg sweep onto Held Rock. And that's going to be Kane finally getting some damage in. Held Rock does still have the mobility. It's going to be able to get the dots up and running. And Kane does port away to the other side. I feel like if you throw a grenade and somebody ports, should that grenade like still hit him? Or should that still... shot miss? I feel like realistically should miss. Kane with not a lot of defenses left, trying to Fist of Fury. That's going to be a Held Rock putting him on ice for a second with the freezing trap. Not a lot the Kane could do at this point. Does Held Rock have enough damage to finish off Kane? It doesn't look like he really has a lot of sustained damage. Does get hit with a disrupt for a second. Doesn't really need his weapon in order to take Kane down. Needs himself a bit of damage while available for Kane. Is that going to be enough for the stun though? Can he survive it? Needs it. Looks like he actually just gave up. Tried to get himself a smallest of heals. Does get the images up and running. Might need to reroll. Maybe healed. Eagles are flying and down he goes. That moment of hesitation that he had, probably thinking, oh, I'm probably dead. If he just acted in that moment of hesitation, I think he might have had a chance at least. At the very least, but we'll see, man. Hunter, hit, run, heal. I think that's how hunters play, man. They're supposed to be a class that kites. Right? What other class kites as good as hunters do? Lara running into a freezing trap, forced to use their trinket as the one to have a big blasted opener into a Held Rock. Mally to follow right after, trying to go for cheap shots back to back. Did you throw a Mally at Held Rock? Did you miss Held Rock by some chance? Did Held Rock feign death it? Because the Mally's gone completely. It looked like you threw a Mally at him. Was it through the pet, maybe? Held Rock is still under a lot of pressure. Not a lot of defenses really available. Might need to wait until the next freezing trap is available. Trying to reverse damage to Laura. Does get the pet to stun Laura from behind into a freezing trap right after. That stun from behind was crucial since Laura had evasion. Any stun from the front would have actually been 100% dodge. So it's a good thing that the pet was behind Laura and Laura was not paid attention to it. Shadow stepping next to Held Rock. Get a shot. That's going to be him going for a pet sacrifice. Laura with barely any health. Still trying to go for cheap shots. Mally finally rolling here. Looks like the last one wasn't a Mally before. Laura with barely any health. Cloak of Shadows available. Blind onto Held Rock, but does go down to the dots. And Held Rock has Ked. Wait, Held Rock has Walkon and Manja. That's what it is. Has 2 more people to burn through. It's going to be 7 minutes into 740. 70% dampening. Manja on ice. And Hellrock with all the defenses back up, actually. Turtle and Exhilaration. But looks like he's going to be burning to those pretty quickly versus Manji. Throwing a Mali at Manji, actually, reducing some of the healing Demon Hunter's going to have. Trying to deal some range pressure. Metamorphosis coming out, closing the gap. Hellrock trinketing out of the stun into Manji immediately. Does he have the freezing trap to fall and feign death right after? Does he have a way to stop him? Freezing trap does close the gap. Hellrock, though, trying to Manic Bandage will not give him the most amount of healing. Might need to see if he can find himself a camo or something. Reaper Flames onto Manji from afar. One more hit from Manji. That's going to be a Hellrock down. Even just one of those gushing procs would do it. If Hellrock, I think the reason why his Manic Bandage does not work is because Manji had Immolation Aura and Hellrock didn't walk far enough away. Started it, Immolation Aura tagged him, stopped that heal. That was a very, very big upset just now. Very big upset. Stun on to Syndicate as he's going to be up next for Team Red. Manji will finally be able to maybe get himself a little bit of revenge versus Syndicate. Evasion available for the Rogue. Manji could drop him into a prison or something. Looks like he's going to back up for a second, activate Blur with that vengeful retreat. Has Darkness. Might want to use Darkness as early as possible so they can try to walk out of the Darkness and try to keep the calm points onto Manji. Looking to get a kidney shot up and running. Manji could fly up in the air. Syndicate does not have a vanish at all. Does actually miss the Shadow Step. Mark for the ready. As Slammers come out and Syndicate still has enough damage to take him out. 8 cap onto the Rogue to follow Walk-On. Is he going to go for big damage? Syndicate is out of the blind. Stunner to Syndicate. Has a Syndicate for it. Bike into Syndicate. Has a cloak, but that's all he has. Trying to burn a dress back into Wog. Get a shot, does connect. Does he get out of this? Scott for the images don't do that much damage. If Walken can catch up to Syndicate right now, hit him with any spell at this point. Trying to see if he can catch him with the Ring of Peace, does not get to. Super unfortunate. If only he was able to reach him out with a Ring of Peace. It's going to be a sap to walk on as he wants to approach the eye, and Syndicate is going to be out in the open. Can he do much about this? I don't know if he really can. He's going to get himself at least a bit of a heal and a couple saps here and there. Walker knows that Syndicate's right there at the eye. He can stop him, get a shot as soon as he picks up the eye. Syndicate still doesn't have a lot of outs. He needs to get the kill right here. Walker still has a Karma, taking a lot of damage. Karma! And I think Syndicate is going to be down for the count. There's actually nothing else he could do. Unless he can somehow live it as a rogue. Does Shadow Step him? That's still too much Karma damage. And it's going to be Walk-On taking him out. Ked going back to the other side of the arena, because that's where he's supposed to start at anyway. Or maybe not. Actually, I think he's just trying to give Walken a bit of an honor duel. I think that's what he's trying to do. At least give him at least a chance. If not a full honor duel. Walken is basically almost in full health. At least it was an honor duel. Yeah, I'd say Ked did a bit of a bow. It's going to come down to the last monk standing, boys. Walken is behind on a lot of cooldowns, but with monks and mobility, you actually can't survive long enough until everything is back. Dampening is going to get higher and higher, but the dampening doesn't matter if you don't take any damage in the first place, am I right? Walken already taking a pretty big kick and cap onto Ked. The stuns are still ready, and Ked has good karma. Walken does not have good karma, so for Wog, actually, dampening is good, because Ked will heal with karma. Wog will not. Wog will not. He has a Ring of Peace, which is quite useful. It's a great disruption ability. It's a great zoning ability. But I think at this point in the game, in the Duels series, lots of monks are going for good karma just for the self-heal. Because you can just throw abilities back and forth to each other and focus on offensive pressure rather than defensive. Going to be both monks slowing each other down. Lexi coming out first, but Wog into a trick by Ked into a bike, throwing in a karma first. As Ked knows he can get a lot of healing out of this. Wog is just trying to bail out of there, trying to save his health bar and his karma. It looks like Ked is recovering a lot of health as he's chasing after Wog. Lots of health. That's going to be Port runs up, but Wog does have the in-cap available. Reacted properly to Ked. It's going to have a port of his own just to get himself a couple more vivifies. As his health bar is very important, but also is making sure to stay mobile. Is mounting up immediately. He's fine, waiting for cooldowns as we're going to get deeper and deeper into dampening. Ked, no longer with a karma. Walken can have himself a good go. Ked, no trinket available. Might have to go for here, because Ked, I think, is going to force a fight. Fist of Fury flying at both of the monks. Walken rolling back a little bit. His health is still under a lot of pressure as he's trying to get away from Ked, as Ked does significantly more damage. Just straight up does more damage than Wog. Wog is going to try to see if he can get offensive touch of death onto Ked. He does wall this damage. Wog can maybe drop a karma on top of Ked as well. Looks like Ked is just going to take the touch of death and run with it. Fist of Fury flying. That's going to be Ked getting hit with a lot of damage. Trying to turn it on Vivifies. But Walken is right there around the corner casting Vivify himself. Looks like Ked survived the touch of death damage pretty well. Wog might be able to take Ked's touch of death and karma that. Maybe. None of the monks really have a trinket. Cat does have one coming up in 10 seconds. I think he'll have a human racial, so you won't be able to trinket in cap. He won't be able to. He'll only be able to trinket a stun. Fisafira flying at Cat, he does get interrupted, or does get interrupted onto Wog. Lexi Fisafira of his own flying, no images though. Karma out of Wog and Ked. Is he gonna get a Karma of his own? He actually wins with his Karma for Karma exchange, because Ked actually gets some healing even at 49% dampening. Wog does separate this two as his Karma is about to run out. Is gonna go for dampen harm as top of it into more mobility, just trying to avoid Ked as best as possible. Ked is in full hell, just dropped a diffuse magic back to Wog. I think he's diffusing a lot of that Karma damage back to him. So Wog took basically like 2 Karmas worth of damage with not a lot of healing, while Cat gets the healing, I think, from his own Karma. I don't think he gets double the healing from each Karma, which maybe he does. Maybe as long as it's a Karma. I doubt it's any Karma. Because then it would be on monks like dropping down Karma on one guy, the monks double healing for because there's 2 monks in the arena. Highly doubt is the case. By getting thrown, Cat Fisafira is a flying. Walk Hunt does activate the images. And so it's going to come down to either monk. Touch of death coming out onto Wog. Wog walling this off, so is Cat. Wog trying to minimize the touch of death. Touch of death damage here. Does have the wall. Does have that extra health. Cat popped his own wall as well to maximize the damage. And it looks like the touch of death did not do much. So really it's going to come down to 55% dampening. Which one of these monks will end up coming out on top? Because this is going to be as hectic as it gets. Cat Karma in 18 seconds. Walk on Karma in 15 seconds. So Cat is going to have a little bit more longevity. We are at 56% dampening. The healing is severely reduced as both monks are catching up on full health. Walls are about same in terms of cooldowns as I can see from here. So Cat, I think, still does have an advantage in terms of the Karma heal. Lexi put to walk, he trinkets it immediately, bailing away from the cooldowns of Ked into an incap right after him. Ked will not have an answer here. Touch, that's going to be touch of death by Wog. Wog got to touch that back up. Ked is obviously going to Karma this one. There's no way he doesn't. Karma, does Wog go for a Karma of his own? Huge damage back to Wogan right now. Actually bailing out of those massive Karma. Did he not want to use Karma back to Ked? Ked recovered all of that health that he was losing for a second there. Ring of Peace doesn't really stop him just for flying at Wog. Trying to reduce the amount of damage Karma does to him, but Wog cannot recover. So Ked, as long as he just doesn't hit into Karma too hard, Wog has no way of recovering. Wogan does have one more defensive left, though, Diffuse Harm. While Ked does go for Diffuse Magic, reversing that Karma damage back to Wog and a big old kick. And down it goes. I think Ked, from the get-go, just had more damage. Wog was so close for the while. I think that if he just Karma'd the Karma, he might have actually been able to withstand it a little bit and take no damage from the first Karma, but then he basically took damage from 2 Karmas, or at least a portion of his own Karma damage and a full Karma from Ked. That was a rough one, boys. Let's get another one going, yeah? 90 seconds. Dude, Monk cooldowns are really short. It's on CD, but I can't remember the timer. Yeah, Monk CDs are very, very short, if that's what you're talking about, boys. They gotta heal forever? Dude, they literally can. But both of them play a hit and run playstyle, which was what monks are really good at. So for both of them, like, to catch a bit of a breather and recover on health, I mean, it makes sense, right? Because nobody's gonna compromise and, like, one person is gonna play the hit and run and the other person is gonna play aggro. Although I do think the monks, even if monk versus monk, I wonder if one monk going super giga aggressive, if they're at a advantage, if it's worth. But it might not be, because I think... Yeah, I think it's just the hit and run playstyle against one another is just worth just to heal up and then have maybe a better go and then cooldowns and whatnot. Alright, boys, if you guys got a group, we're good to go. If you need again, yo, we just might go again if anybody is everyone sleeping on us. If it's only us two, yo, boys, if you guys got a group for NA 5V5 1V1 DUELS, let me know. I'm at you on Real ID so we can get some 5V5 1v1s up and running. Love this Raw Hunter, dude. He was doing so good, but the one mistake of manic bandages. I made a mistake. I waited 1 second longer. That bandage would have gone off. Yeah, that manic bandage. I think with either a dot. He either had a dot like a gusher or something, or he had like a Azeroth thing proc. I thought it was the Immolation Aura, but maybe I'm wrong on that one. Business are higher for arena champs. These guys are cringe. I think the arena guys, it's not that they're cringe. I think they probably have like a script or a pre-approved like. Because maybe Blizzard wants to do the arenas kind of more PG or whatever, right? Like for me, if I just want to say, what the fuck, I just do it, dude. You know what I mean? I'm my own boss here, dude. I can run my own show any way I want. But they probably have a pre-approved thing and they do like really cheesy jokes. You know what I mean? I think maybe there's a possibility to, for me, if I were to, let's say, let's just pretend I got invited, right, for one of those arena matches. Let's just pretend. I think I could clean up my act a little and replace a couple words. Probably not like say instead of what the fuck to what the heck. Nothing like that. Not like PG fight, but change up a couple words, get a little more creative, open up a thesaurus and a dictionary, and still keep it fun and entertaining. But they probably have like a preset script. I'm pretty sure they can't just go all out and just, you know, they have to be extra professional. So I wouldn't hold it against them at all. Vinruki and Super Tease and Healenstad all do an amazing job, dude. They do a great job. Honestly, they got some dudes that understand arenas really, really well. But yeah, I spent like 5 minutes talking. Okay, so the 5 minutes talking in arenas, I shit you not. They probably have to like, okay, we gotta wait until these guys get prepared to like, okay, find something to talk about for 5 minutes. They just gotta find something to burn the time. Which, yeah, I feel like when you're in the moment and you just find a topic and everybody's just trying to help you out, not sink, you know what I mean? I think that's what it comes down to. So someone's talking about washing machines like, yo, I'm gonna be here with you. I'm gonna talk about the shit out of those washing machines, dude. Because you don't want to make your friend seem like a fucking weirdo. He's like, what do you mean washing machines? And then change the topic. And now your friend looks like an ass on TV, dude, or on the stream. I think that's what it comes down to, dude. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know, dude. What the fell? What the fell would have actually been quite good too, because they're all about puns. That would have been great. Do you have a Russian name? I do. I mean, I guess it's a name. Talk about your mustache is 10 out of 10. I think that would probably do it, dude. Don't they have? I know that they had a salute bag for the PvE stuff with Mythic Pluses. If they had salute bag for one of those, talk about mustaches, dude. Now that would be a whole nother topic. What did you say, Dalaran in Russia? Dalaran? I think you could say it like that. One more for Horde. Print is ready. I think Heldrock is ready. Do we have any more groups, or is this really it? I mean, if this is all the groups we have, man, yo, we'll play out the 5v5 1v1s as much as we want to do. You know what I mean? We'll play it through and through. What the hell? Smite. That's a really nice fucking setup. What the hell? Yo, I just seen one of McGildy's setup. I didn't know what kind of a setup he had prior. Is that like a server bank? Yo, he got a nice setup. I'd never seen McGildy's setups, dude, but he had a nice PC setup and everything. Holy shit, dude. I try to make my setup as good as I can, but I need a better mic, dude. This thing gotta go. This whole thing gotta go. It's really fucking out there. Okay, we'll get Heldrock and Print again. If you guys got any groups up and running, if someone wants to start a group for NA, you're more than welcome to, dude. One higher down because the mustache will become the main topic in Arena Second and everything. Honestly, they probably won't get me on there because... wait, are we still missing one? Because I tried Heldrock and Print. Are we missing one, or are we... Sorry? Resend. Okay, cool. I declined it. Yeah, you're good, you're good, you're good. I'm gonna do it again. No groups on Alliance? That's unfortunate. Do we have any groups on Horde, by the way? Groups on Horde, groups on Horde, groups on Horde. Here we go. Did I save this one? I think I did. I'm gonna just make sure, because that was a good duel, man. That was a monk versus monk. Only one monk survives kind of deal. I'm more fun doing nothing on the beta than on plus or PvP and BFA. Dude, PTR is gonna be a new game, man. I'm excited. Corruption's gotta go. PvP scaling gotta go. I think it's gonna be a nice breath of fresh air. Switch. We got us this evil shaman on team. Whoa. It's a big old but they look like tasty in a way. We got Heldrock going to be going out first as Survival Hunter, Cat in the back. We got Syndicate and Wargren versus Kane on Team Blue. We got us as Manji, Print, Sanus, and Woghan going to be going up first. Wog versus Heldrock. I don't think these guys have dueled each other today at all ever. Into a leg sweep immediately onto Heldrock. Trinkets out of it. Wog burning his own trinket. as Hellrock goes in aggressive as well. So both Monk and Hunter are going hyper aggressive to one another. Gonna be Wog trying to retreat. Hellrock does catch him with a harpoon. Wog does put down a little bit of a ring of peace down for him. He's gonna get a big heal from Print Warlock's Healthstones. Massive heal for him. Hellrock seeing Wog bail out. It's going to go for massive healing. Wog is still under a lot of pressure, actually. The pet, the dots, the Azeroth procs, all these things are keeping us out down a little. It's going to get a big old port back into the room. So for Hellrock, this is going to be a bit of a challenge. Going to be a bit of a challenge with the amount of mobility the Wog brings to the table. Dragon kicking out in the open in capital. Hellrock trying to see if he might be able to get himself a big leg sweep. Doesn't get to. Feign Death coming out for Hellrock into a freezing trap onto Wog. Into a mending bandages, at least to make sure he has plenty of health. Making sure to set up a tar trap. Maligan thrown in. That's going to be a Reaping Flames. Walken is going to be behind on self heals for a little bit. Does he have diffuse magic? He does not. So Hellrock is going to take advantage of this situation. Do as much damage to Wog while he cannot really get himself up and running with heals. Going to be a leg sweep, but Hellrock does have a Feign Death on him. Maybe Turtle Shell could be used here as well to deal with Touch of Death. Is going to go for a turtle. Walken does drop down a Ring of Peace in case Hellrock did use a Feign Death. So Hellrock using Turtle Shell was actually crucial there. If you use Feign Death, the Feign Death would have gotten knocked out of stealth, knocked out of Feign Death, knocked out of the I guess the dead what do you call it? Death status, I guess. Feign Death is one of those abilities where you can dodge Touch of Death. If you Feign Death as it happens, if you stealth as it happens, camo as it happens, vanish as it happens. And I think one time a rogue was inside of a smoke bomb as it happened. It had line of sight of the monk. And I think that actually, I'm not sure if they fixed that one or not. But if you could do any one of those things, that could help to nullify the damage completely. Hellrock is going to pull his sped back a bit. Him and Walken are a little bit of a... Does Dark Mend drop dots? Dark Mend. Like, darkness? No, but it can absorb the Touch of Death. It's RNG. I think it's like 50-50. For each ability that gets thrown at you, Darkness can absorb it. Dark Mend, though, like... What's Dark Mend? Like Shadow Meld and... Shadow Meld? Shadow Meld can. Yeah, Shadow Meld definitely can, because it's technically stealth. Walken going off for quite a lot of defenses. Gonna cycle in, diffuse magic, and actually backing up as it is stealth. Takes a little bit of a beating with Hellrock going for a more kiting playstyle. He's using a lot of his mobility to back away from Walken, but he's not really setting himself up for mobility to catch up to Wog. So it's going to be a little bit of a challenge here. I think this game might go into dampen because Wog has a perfect way out and a perfect way into Hellrock. Hellrock has to use his mobility to either back away and kite Wog or use it aggressively to catch up after Walken. And while no dampening is up, he's just getting so much healing. Walken getting caught in a freezing trap. Has a trigger coming up in about a minute. Wall and Karma available if he needs to. Hellrock trying to maybe make some pressure happen. Touch of Death is going to come out. Karma is coming out early onto Hellrock with a Touch of Death on top of it. Will he have a Feign Death? Will that be a moment for the Ring of Peace to get him? Does get a stun into Walken. Does shot him out at the very last second, so the Ring of Peace couldn't get him out. Leg sweep still does happen. Wog trying to turn the damage around onto Hellrock, doing quite a number of hits onto the Hunter as he's trying to see if maybe he can get some kites. Not really happening that easily. Walken taking quite a bit of damage, so is Hellrock. Acceleration coming out for the Hunter does put Walken in a trap. Feign Death for a second, trying to get away from the images. The images do de-target him for a second so he can get a mending bandage off for a bit, but I don't know how much of that healing is going to stick. Walken looking to go into a bit of a retreat, does get close enough to get himself a port. If only Hellrock gone for a harpoon just a little bit hair earlier, he might have been able to deny it. Ring of Peace does come out. Hellrock is starting to see if he might be able to get himself into the other side. The pedals in one end, Hellrock is on the other. I was thinking maybe they were going to go pincer Walken from left and right side, but actually Hellrock is going to go for a bit of recovery since Walken is doing the same thing. And while Hellrock is at full health, Walken is only at a half. Does have diffuse magic or dampen magic coming up very soon. Trinkets out of the stun immediately. Hellrock does have a trinket of his own as well for this leg sweep. He's going to go for... Was that a Feign Death maybe? Does put Walken in a freezing trap. 10 seconds on that Karma. And now we're going to be at the 5 minutes dampener match, boys. Walken still has plenty of health. Not the best port. Port's way out in the middle. Does have the mobility to get up from Hellrock. Does get the interrupt. That's going to be a Karma out of the monk. He doesn't have good Karma, so this Karma is not going to heal him. Hellrock is just trying to wait it out a little bit. Does have Turtle Shell. Worst to worst. Taking a lot of damage. Trying to save the Turtle Shell for later. Does he have enough damage right now? Might have to use Turtle Shell early. That's going to be Walk catching up on a lot of heals. Heldrock getting himself massive heals as well. Walken tried to catch up on as much health as possible. Ring of Peace does stop for a second. Fist of Fury stop with the freezing trap. Does Heldrock play aggressive here and go for the finish? Or does he go for a full reset? Looks like camo is going to be necessary. Walken is just so tanky between Diffuse Magic, between Wall, between Karma, and I believe Walken might even be playing a Battle Master's Trinket. I know he's playing a bike. I don't think he's playing dressed, so it might be a Battle Master's Trinket that gives him also extra health to make him even extra tankier. Which percentage health healing, he just heals for a ton. Leg sweep onto Heldrock, touches at the follow. Walker does have a melee rolling on him. Not a lot of ways to survive the melee. Heldrock does have a way to get rid of the touch of death. Looks like he might have to take the full damage. No, Shadow Melt coming out. Walker tried to heal. Melee falling off as the Vivify comes up, but at 8% damage, is that enough to really put pressure onto Walk? The pet is doing as much damage as a human can. Freezing trap on one side is Walk into Ring of Peace. Doesn't walk into a freezing trap. Still might. Trying to see if he can roll behind the pillar. The dots are going to be on him. That's going to be Heldrock. Has the mobility. He has the aspect of the cheater to catch up. Fist of Fury flying. Does Wog use it enough in order to get the Karma? He needs a few seconds on a Karma. Freezing trap. That's going to be a... Oh, grenades to break it into a touch of Karma onto Heldrock. Getting a massive heal as a Warlock Hellstone from Print Warlock. And that's going to be Walken able to keep playing the game. Wall available now. That's going to be lots of damage available too. In capital Heldrock, does he have a leg sweep? Bike is coming out in a Fist of Fury to stop him stun. It's going to stop Walken's Fist of Fury. But then it's going to be Trinket off with a pet stun. Into another freezing trap as Wog. Again, burned through the last of his defenses. Manic Bandage coming up for Heldrock. I believe Walken is playing a Battle Master's Trinket to give him extra health. Because he had a good portion of health and then just kind of disappeared for a second. As we head into the 7th minute, this is going to be probably one of the closest games possible. The tankiest monk versus the most patient of patient hunters. He just having to play the super slow, super steady. Trinkets out of the leg sweep. Fist of Fury getting caught in between of it. It's going to be aspect of Master's Call to break him out of there, but then Walker pushes him out of that room with that Ring of Peace. Freezing trap on the Wog as he walks over for a second. That's going to be Heldrock going for a feign death, trying to get rid of those images off of him into a bit of a Manic Bandage. He needs to stay ahead of Walken in some way or another. Harpoon might need to happen. Doesn't have it. There's going to be Walken get a bail him back to the other room. Probably has a port available in just a few seconds. Heldrock just to be aware where the port is at. Yeah, this man is going for as much heal as possible. Use that pet stun just to prevent the healing, and that's going to be a melee to follow. Walken doesn't have any more defense, so I think Heldrock got it at the very end. Just trying to blast through the Fist of Furies, and finally gets it with Maji going to be up next. Heldrock is going to be behind a little bit on CC. On defenses, freezing trap on a Maji. Does he Trinket? He does not. Heldrock goes for a bit of an acceleration. After fighting Walken with this much tankiness to him, with this much tankiness, it's gonna be a little bit rough to see like where it goes from there. Big IBM available for Maji. Does activate meta. Does he go for a full meta yet? Into a prison that does break short off of Heldrock. Heldrock looking to get some mobility, looking to get ahead of Maji by hair. Maji just needs a stun right now. Gets a stun into Heldrock. No turtle shell available. Darkness getting split between Heldrock and his pet. Freezing trap onto Maji. Trinkets out of it, and Heldrock does go for feign death or a turtle shell with a Manic Bandage. Exactly what he needs. Maji recovering quite a lot of health by attacking Heldrock's pet, which is not good for him. Short stun onto Heldrock. Another I-beam does get a stun onto Maji. Might have cancelled his haste ball from the I-beam. Was looking to get as much damage into Maji as possible. Heldrock is still super low on health. Maji flying way up in the air. Heldrock might just go down for this. It's going to be feign death for a second. Heldrock does survive it barely. That last Azeroth spike proc broke his Manic Bandage at the end. That, oh my god, that got to be infuriating. Last spike just after a... Oh my god, the proc was just too perfect for Maji. It was way too perfect. At least Heldrock is recovering some health. In camo, gets out of a stun immediately. Needs to keep Maji at bay, away from him as best as possible. Did see a pet stun? Needs someone right here. Otherwise, he was going to be going down. I think it's going to be Gushers from Maji taking him out with Wargren up next. Throwing a melee at Maji, just throwing grenades at everything. Maji is not healing from this. Maji just died to the dots. Wargren is just pushing in. I think Maji is going to be dead. And that's going to be Sanus up next from one Demon Hunter into the next, dude. That Azeroth spike though, dude. Oh my god. If I was Heldrock right then and there, that would have just made me tilted. Just close the game, walk away. That's what I would have done, dude. I swear. Because that is just, it's just, you finally got away. You broke apart. You finally can get some healing while he's up in the air. Random Azeroth spike just spawns and just slaps you with a bit of a delay. You literally weren't even looking at it. That's just gotta be the worst. Sata's taking quite a bit of damage from Wargren, by the way. Looks like Wargren burned through all his defenses trying to deal with him. But it's going to be a stun into Wargren right after Sanus. Looking like he's going to get pretty aggressive. 34% dampening as the first game was very, very long. Sacred Chicken for Sanus, though. As long as Sacred Chicken breaks, Wargren could take him out. Does Wargren have any more CC? Dropping down a freezing trap, but Sanus does not run into a feign death for a second. He thinks he killed Wargren, flying up in the air, realizing Wargren is still alive. This is going to turn attention to the pet. Wargren uses the smallest amount of damage into Sanus. Going to pull his pets back. Freezing trap on one side, traps on the other. Does not run. Oh, and it's going to be a Reaping Flames at the end with a lightning lasso out of Evil Shaman. Is that lasso going to be enough? Looks like Satan somehow actually survived the lasso. And this is going to get a stun into Evil Shaman. Ibeam to follow. Darkness coming down. The Shaboy needs to make a play. Try to get a lightning bolt into Sanus. Is that going to be enough? The wall and this damage off into a stun into Evil. Sanus has blur. Needs to activate it right now. Otherwise he might be in a bad spot. Short stun into Meteor by the Fire Alley. And Evil Shaman takes it. Sanus did have a blur, should have definitely activated. I think he might have been able to survive it. The earlier you activate that, the better. Kane is going to be, look like, up next maybe? Oh no, Print is going to be up next. It's going to be Caster v Caster with 41% dampening. Barely anybody is going to get any kind of healing here, dude. Barely anyone is going to get any kind of heals out of this. Evil Shaman does have Primal Fire Ellie. I don't think the Primal Fire Ellie is going to do much at this point though. Oh no, it disappears. Okay. Does he swap to another pet? Earth Elemental? I think he's just going to wait for Earth Ellie. You better use that as early as possible. No more wall available for Evil Shaman. Trying to see if he might be able to bait a kick out from Print. Is going to get an Earth Elemental rolling. The Earth Elemental does go for a stun as a Mortal Coil comes out. It's pretty good. Banish does come out. Can you not use the wall from Pet if it's banished? I think he might not be able to. So he's just going to survive by himself for a little bit. Looks like he did get a kick maybe out of that pet. Rebanish coming out. Evil will not have the wall needed from the Earth Elemental. He better use... Oh, wait. Yeah, he does. I guess he can still use it. Gonna be Fear trying to come out onto Evil. Does interrupt it into a Grinding Totem for the Chaos Bolt. So Print does lose a little bit of pressure. Re-banishing that Earth Elemental. Lightning Lasso onto Print. Does go for the pet kick on that one. That's going to be Infernal coming down with Chaos Bolt to follow. Evil actually taking full damage. Fear does not have a way to break out of its stun. Does get a knockback onto the Chaos Bolt. Still, the fastest Chaos Bolt from Print Warlock are going to get it. Short stun by the Earth Ellie just to stop that Chaos Bolt. Big Earth Shock back to Print though. As Evil Shaman rotates his own personal wall. It's not going to last too long though. Does get a short stun onto Print. Fears are still coming out. No way to trim with this Chaos Bolt. I think it's going to be End. Grounding Totem drops in. But maybe a little bit too late. Was Syndicate going to be up next as a rogue? He's trying to summon a Succubus. At least Syndicate let the Succubus happen. He kind of delayed that Garrote opener. I think he went for Mutilate, Rupture, Garrote maybe? Is that what he's trying to do? So at least he let the Succubus happen. And British is going to bail back behind the room. Let the Succubus beat up on Syndicate. Let the Immolation do a little bit of work. Sprint is looking for some cooldowns, man. He better wall this as early as possible. 52% dampening. This is where you want to go for CC. Print got some big nasty damage on him. Does get a Fear onto the Rogue with immediate Trinket coming out for the Rogue. Kidney Shot onto Print. Does wall this off. It's going to be Trinket out of this stun. Into a Chaos Bolt on Syndicate. Trying to max as much damage as he can. Another Chaos Bolt after. Second Chaos Bolt. Third Chaos Bolt. Oh my god. The amount of Chaos Bolts he's got in a short completion there, dude. Syndicate just melted in the health. Barely surviving out of that one. If for some reason his mastery rolled high on all those Chaos Bolts, that would have been it, man. I think there's a good chance it might have rolled low. Syndicate getting hit with Succubus CC. Print might just be able to clap him down with a big old Chaos Bolt. Into a big old everything. No, Immolate into a Root. The Reaping Flames does not kill him. Syndicate get hit with a Fear. Chaos Bolt? I think it's going to be it, man. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. And Cad, last one on Team Red. Gonna try to see if you can beat Print. See if you can do it, man. And I think maybe Print. He doesn't really have a lot of ways to heal, right? There's no Mage Foot or nothing. Yeah. At that point, Cad just might need to go and finish off Print. See if he can just... Print will just have to do as much as he can. At this point, Print, for his team, he might just have to do as much damage to Cad to force as many cooldowns out of Cad. Right? To make sure that Kane can actually finish him off. Because then Team Blue technically is the winner. But we'll see, man. Warlocks are insane. Dude. I'm really hoping they still stay like Destro Warlocks, right? We know Affliction is going to be good for Shadowlands, but I'm hoping Destro stays like relevant in the next expansion. I'd be a little bit sad if they just became like non-played and it would be all about Affy. Like, I don't want Destro to be literally everywhere, but I don't want him to be bad by any measure. It's going to be Infernal missing the stun onto Ked. It's going to be Karma. His sprint is just going to go burning through the Karma. Immediately Fear onto Ked. And I guess we're just gonna burn through our karma ASAP. Just trying to see if he can blast so much damage into Ked. Fear, Casmos are flying again. 1 Casmo, 2 Casmos. I think second would go off. Ked taking a lot of damage. Print just got so much pressure available. Got some images beating his ass in the corner for a bit. That's gonna be 67%, 64% dampening. Print taking a little bit of damage from these images. Maybe could go for drain life. There it goes. Ked does activate wall. I think that wall eventually does remove the amount of extra health he has. If Brent has any kind of CC for Ked, he might just have it in cap. Does Ked get hit with a succubus? Dress comes out, and Ked with barely any health. Kane is looking to end him right now. I don't think he's going to give him that honor duel situation. Got a leg sweep into Fist of Fury. Dress as well on top of it into everything else. And down he goes. My man. Prin almost actually brought it back. If he somehow had like Mortal Coil or a succubus CC, I think that would have been it, man. I think it would have been it. Alright, boys, let's get another one going, yeah? Yeah, Affy. hold on, DJ, hold on. You can't be... That's unfair, dude. Come on, man. Yeah, Affy, sure. No demonology. Thanks, pal. What? Bro. What did I say? I said I'm hoping Destra Warlocks won't be bad. I said it's probably going to be Affy Warlocks everywhere. Am I wrong about that? Am I wrong to say it's probably going to be Affy? Should I just say Demo just to make someone else? Have you seen Affliction? Have you seen how many people are trying Affliction on the beta? Yeah, I don't know, dude. I really do think it's going to be a lot of Affliction. Like, I'm hoping Demo is going to be good because I personally want to play Demo. But, dude, come on. It's a fact. There's going to be a lot of Affliction Warlocks. Look how good they are right now. Everybody's trying them. Everybody's playing them. They're actually playable. They're actually playable. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, so it doesn't look like anybody responded back to Discord. I think this is going to be all we have for NA. A little bit sad, but it's okay. Song, I can link in my playlist like this. Here we go. So people doing last boss on Nathri as Destro, and they were keeping up with Affliction. I saw that too, yeah. I'm just hoping, like, I don't mean just in, like, raids. I mean, like, in general, right? Mythic Pluses, PvP, PvE, you know what I mean? Like, raids in general. Raids, dungeons, PvP. Any part of the content, right? Like, of course there's gonna be one spec that's the strongest that everybody's gonna gravitate to, right? Like for Mythic Pluses, we have Outlaw Rogue, at least in BFA. But if someone plays Assassination, I'm like, let's go. I want to see more of that. Yeah, give it a try, man. If you have to play a spec you like, try it. Dot and relax and chill tough damage afflicts the shadow. That's probably. I've seen him played Affy, but the charge generation just ruins it. Really think so? I think they're gonna be really good either way, man. I think they're just really strong, and they do well in AoE as well, too. Like, they've gotten much better. Like, they're actually went, like, from unplayable to playable, but that's also the... In a triple DPS of a class, if it only expects a DPS, of course one of them is going to be somehow the strongest. I think it just happens. Most of the damage comes from dot management, though, to maximize the Malefic damage. Yeah. But Malefic is a boon, man. Malefic is awesome, because you can just spread dots, and for every dot on every enemy, Malefic will tag him. So if everybody has 2 dots, but there's like 5 enemies, it's almost like 2 times 5. That's almost like 10 dots out. And Malefic does insane damage. It'll do equal damage to everybody, unless you put UA on the one main target, which you probably should, right? Survival Hunter for the win, dude. I'm hoping Survival will get some kind of updates to be actually usable and doable and actually do well in Shadowlands. I think in BFA there was like one raid that were actually like really good for single target, and I remember in Legion for one fight they were insanely strong for single target, or I think it's single target at least. Like, it just worked out really well, but it wasn't like a lot of people played them because the playstyle wasn't enjoyable, I guess. A lot of people also make a thing that Survival Hunters don't bring like anything into the raid or dungeon groups besides like what Hunters bring, but they also are melee, so they don't bring the kiting potential that BM might, right? The BM can kite mobs, BM can do mechanics at range. Survival can do it while Aspect of the Eagle is up, but you also are missing on the melees, you know what I mean? I guess in those situations, since you can swap weapons, you might just swap to a gun as Survival and just use arcane shots while doing range mechanics. You'll come back into melee, you'll swap back to melee weapon. Technically, you can do that, and I'm hoping that'll be better. I'm hoping they'll be more popular. I'm hoping more people will get behind Survival. We'll have to wait and see if Blizzard gives them anything. Hello from Russia. What's up, Chamber? How you doing, my man? Print, do you still have a group, or are you Dunsky, my man? Because we don't have a lot of groups on NA. A little bit sad, but it's okay. Been a rogue first time ever, kind of hype. Let's go, Jake. I'm glad you're trying rogues out, man. I think you're gonna love them, dude. 2 out of 5. All right. We'll wait for print. If somebody else has a group that's in chat, if you want to add me on Real ID, we got a group. Boom. What's your Real ID? So I can add you. We can get you versus Held Rock, dude. I've been in for a while. What's up, Dad? What's up, Rain? How you doing, fam? Hello, back to you from Germany. What's up, Vicky? How you doing, fam? EU Duels Friday, by the way, boys. Saturday RNA, Friday for EU. Virtually, we'll find it if you play melee, just play warrior. Since in range, I'll bust out the mage. Hunter doesn't feel either very well. So, like, oh man, what was the best way to say it? Like, I really like the unique identity of survival as like this melee slash range, right? In PvP, it works really well. Maintaining dodge, storm grenades, kill commands from afar, you actually do pretty good. Like, it actually works really, really well in PvP. And like, if you ever need that hybridness where you don't need decent damage from a distance, not top damage, but decent, while also being able to stay away from somebody, I think it works out. I mean, Held Rock is just owning it, dude. Serpent Sting, Reaping Flames, Lethal Strikes, Latent Poison when he closes the gap with Mongoose Bites, getting the range, like Eagles flying, all the grenades, sped damage. Like, it works really well. It just doesn't really translate as well in that playstyle into dungeons where you need the melee auto attacks, right? It doesn't translate nearly as good into raids where you need the melee. I guess if you want to play melee that doesn't suffer nearly as heavily from not always being on top of the boss auto attacking him, I guess survival would be that choice. But if you are suffering from not being able to reach the boss all the time, well, logically you could just tell him, oh, why don't you just play a ranged spec of Hunter, like a marksman or beast mastery. It doesn't need to be in melee, which makes sense, you know? Like, I'm hoping to do something for survival, maybe make more talents baseline for them. I think that could help, making more talents baseline. Hulk Smash, okay, man, let me see if you added me or if I can add you. Hulk Smash, gotcha. PM me on Real ID real quick. PM me real quick so I can put you up on the screen right here, and I'll kill you versus Held Rock. How does that sound, my dude? How does that sound? WoW cosmology chart was created by the Dreadlords. Was it really? Is that confirmed? Been able to set things in chat. Relax. Okay, do you have a group? Is that you right here that I saw? Relax. Okay, I don't know if you have a group or not, but I'll add you. I'm mostly trying to add people that have groups. Alright, Hulk Smash, I'll get you in. Spectator match. Hulk Smash and Held Rock 5. Here we go. Shakwa's our party leader. Can you make you lead? That'll probably be easier if we made you lead, then I can queue you. Pass it back to me, but he has to take it since it was already whispering you. Okay, I guess it's Hulk Smash maybe? Maybe Hulk Smash is lead then? That'll work out. I might need to requeue because I think. Make sure you guys are out at LFG, by the way. What's up, Nick? How you doing, my man? Make sure you guys are out of LFG queue. I won't be able to queue you. Any words in a group, hopefully. Which is possible to spectate Wargame and PTR. Be hella fun to see EU dick it out with an A. Yo, Athod would be, dude. I think this Thursday I'll do a better job of trying to organize a group to see if it works this week. Be sure if you are on PTR, could you guys submit a ticket saying you can't wargame or use spectator mode on PTR? Just submit a bug saying you can't use a spectator mode or wargame people. Say, the error it should give you is not everybody is same level, but everybody is same level, like level 15. Hold on, I got a hangnail. Wait, where is it? Ow. That hurts. Hangnails always hurt, dude. But it's still there. Fuck. I'm not biting my nails, I'm just trying to get a hangnail on my finger because it fucking hurts. Ah. Ah. Ow. Ah, why does this shit hurt so much? Fuck. Ah. That's not healthy. What, getting rid of hangnails? Should I just let him be? Oh, that feels much better. Holy shit. That shit hurts, dude. Not just ripping it off, but it's just having it there. I don't know why. How about anything else works wonders? Really? Hot water underneath the nail. Okay, I'll do that next time. That feels much better, dude. Why does it hurt so much? Hellbrock and Hulk Smash. Okay, we're gonna try it again. Hopefully it works this time. Make sure you guys are out of LFG. There we go. There we go. Use some scissors, my man. Nah, I don't have any. I have a toenail clip. I guess I should have used a toenail clipper, huh? Don't ask me why. Is it toenail clipper or nail clipper? I guess it's technically a nail clipper, but you can't use it for toenails. Am I the only one? How many of you guys actually use scissors for your nails? I just use a clipper. Am I weird? Real question. Let's see. Switch. We got ourselves Dustar as a demon hunter on Team Blue with Mephisto. Ooh, as a troll windwalker. I like it. We got Shockwave back here. Looking very condensed. His face mask looks very condensed. It's very clumped together. It's very dense. We got ourselves Vuthomac. How you doing, my man? And Zam Druid. Dude, we got the troll squad here with Vutho, Zam, Mephisto. Trolls for days, dude, versus Evil Shaman on Team Red. I think he's going to be going on first by the looks of it. Just trying to get out of the arena as soon as we can. Hellrock, we got ourselves Cat, Syndicate, and War Grand. It looks like Evil Shaman is going to be first up. Do this in Shockwave first? By any measure? This in Shockwave? Actually, what is it sending? It looks like it is going to be Zam Druid as a feral druid opening up onto Evil Sham, knocking him back immediately. It looks like Zam is just going to bail out of this as soon as he can. Did Zam even take damage from anything? Did he get a flame shock or nothing? It didn't look like he did. I think it's just a thunderstomp sending more spikes at him, and probably that got an Azeroth proc or two. But Evil Sham knows what's going on. Does he play the Ghost Wolf damage reduction? Probably doesn't he? Oh no, he has Earth Shield, so he doesn't play the Ghost Wolf damage reduction. He's gonna be popping out Fire Ellie, looking up to set up a bit of damage. He's gonna try to see if he can get himself a big setup with the Stormkeeper. Doesn't get it out yet. Lightning Lasso does Zam Druid Trinket. He chooses to take a big Earth Shock onto him into Lava Burst on a slow. I think Zam might be done and done. Oh my goodness, the dot damage, the pressure, the procs. And Evil Sham just got big setup. Gonna interrupt Shockwave on nature. Huge Earth Shock right after. What is his damn? What is his damage? Does have a capacitor to him to slow down Shockwave. Looks like he actually avoids it. Did he kill it at the last second? Does he not? Is he just immune to it? Immune to stuns? Healing surge is coming out for Shockwave. Evil Sham just looking to get himself a little bit of recovery there. That Evil Sham, dude, he actually big Earth Shock slap. It's going to be Lightning Lasso Trinket coming out for Shockwave, though. I'm hoping that in Shadowlands, Earth Shock doesn't do as much like bursty damage because it feels like a biggest haymaker ever. Oh! My goodness. I'm really hoping that your Lightning Bolts and your Lava Bursts end up doing a lot more damage in Shadowlands. Because it feels like saving up your damage and having the big slap at the end with the which I kind of want him to do a lot of damage in PvP. Like, Earthshock should be a pretty big, decent hit, but I want to be the biggest hit. Karma coming out from Mephisto as a stun comes out. It looks like Evil Shaman is going to eat a touch of that, trying to get a Hex up and running onto Mephisto. Looks like he's just going to pop it and Ghost for a second. Try not to get interrupted. Touch of that, doing minimal damage to Evil Sham. He's going to go for the Dwarven Racial in order to give himself a little bit extra defense. So he's trying to go for healing surge to say he cannot be interrupted. Shortest stun of Lasso onto Mephisto. We're just continuing to go for punches and kicks with them. Fisting big Earthshock coming out onto Mephisto while still available. But it looks like he needs himself just a little bit extra versus Evil Sham, which is going to go for a bit of lightning bolts. Mephisto looking to disengage from combat immediately, try to go for Vivifies before the Azerites do a massive proc on him. Earthbind Totem on the side to slow him down, and Evil Sham does bust out the Earth Elemental. Looking like he's just going to go behind the pillar, get himself some more reheals. And also, does he have all the totems? It looks like... I'm trying to count 1, 2, 3 totem, but I think 2 of them are stacked together. Oh, that totem setup, by the way, is going to be gone. Wait, Evil Shaman, does he go for food? It looks like he went in for a bit of food. That's going to be Mephisto catching up on a bunch of heals. And that's going to be Karma available in 26 seconds. So if Mephisto can wait until then, he might be fine. Earthshock or Earthquake going down on one side. Evil Shaman dropping down the lasso onto Mephisto while he's trying to move out of there. Leg sweep to follow. He can knock him back. Does choose to knock him back after Fist of Fury has started. Mephisto is forced to interrupt his Fist of Fury. That's going to be Capacitor Totem. Does he have enough damage? Stormkeeper coming out. What the hell just happened? He killed it before the Stormkeeper even went off. He just killed him on the way. I don't understand. With him getting a nice twist advantage onto Evil Shaman, getting a big old rapid fire as a marksmanship hunter. I didn't even realize. Huge Earthshock onto Wuthamak. How about to go for a big kill after putting that elemental on ice with a freezing trap aim shot coming out onto Evil Shaman. Well, there it is. Evil Shaman just has to go versus Dustar. And that's it. I think he's got it going on into a trinket out of that stun. Meta coming out by the Demon Hunter. Evil Shaman might want to look out for a Hex at some point or another with Daz. If you can get a trinket out of him, maybe last time you can follow up with it. Gonna get a knockback out of Daz, but the mobility of a Demon Hunter just keeps him running back and forth. Gonna be going for TDs. I guess got super unlucky with his corruptions. It looks like he's gonna wait out until the imprison is over. Maybe he has the imprison that cannot break the damage. It's gonna be a Hex out of Daz. Does he choose to trinket it? Does he choose to let it recover? Still firing off TDs while he's in Hex. That is beautiful. Still firing off TDs while in Hex. Amazing. Evil Shaman eating that stun. Last on to Daz. Does he go for a trinket? Does he even play a trinket? Maybe he's relentless as Evil Shaman is just running circles around him. Dropping down capacity on him. Does let him get a Stormkeeper. Big Earthshock. Dropping down darkness. Can he walk the Demon Hunter out of darkness? Trying to weave in between the darkness and being out. Evil Shaman trying not to get interrupted. Does go for the Dwarven Ratio for a second. Knocking the Demon Hunter back. Slow him down. Trying to see if he can separate him from him ASAP. Ground Totem is down. Does not prevent the stun. Does not prevent the I-beam. Maybe it does prevent the I-beam. Maybe potentially a big Earthshock on the Daz, but he's got a lot of side fields available. Trinkets that lasso stun onto Evil Shaman. Will he have enough to survive the Demon Hunter? Barely any health. Trying to see if he can land a Hex. Trying to go for a heal. Interrupted and down he goes. That is a bit since we've seen a Elemental Shaman do this well in quite a while. Massive Earthshock. So I wonder if that's going to be in the purpose of Earthshocks and purpose of playstyle. Because right now on Shadowlands, since they changed back to Maelstrom. Aw, Wargren doing a bit of a dance. Come on, dude. That was BM as hell. Even money for a camo. Watch Wargren lose now that he did a bit of that BM dance for Daztar. Because I don't think this man is going to take it lying down. But ever since they went back to Maelstrom, it looks like your Earthshocks do a ton more damage now. Like your Earthquakes, you won't be able to use much of those. Big Malim coming out onto Daztar. I don't think he's going to be able to heal much. I think it's going to be just a matter of time. Turtle Shuffle Wargren. The BM dance. Dropping down Turtle. But that was the Evil Shaman going for a big old 4-1. Technically, since he did die. But that was pretty good. Not bad. We haven't seen Shamans do this well in quite a while, though. As LA Demon Hunter aren't too hard. You think so? I think it's still a little bit. I mean, it's a Demon Hunter, right? Without any dampening, it is still a lot of self heals available for DH. Either way, dude. That was pretty good. Gotta give him credit there. But yeah, how do you Elishams? You've got Elishams here. How do you feel about Maelstrom coming back? Because I played with it. It's not terrible, but I kind of was excited about to see what Blizzard was gonna do with Fulmination. Because I've tested it on the Livestream before in Mythic Plus. It doesn't feel. It feels smooth in Maelstrom, but I really did like what they were doing, man. Show details. Oh, for evil, gushers. Oh, big gushers. I mean, he still did do like what 40% of someone's health with a single Earth Shock. That is pretty good. Did they work Shaman again? So Elemental, they were gonna bring back Fulmination as a mechanic and make your Frost Shock, Earth Shocks, and Earthquakes. What's up, Gary? How you doing, man? Earthquakes and Earth Shocks consume Fulmination. For Earthquakes, it'll be like the more Fulmination consumed, the faster the cast of Earthquake would be, and at 5 stacks of Fulmination, it's in this cast and does more damage. And then Earth Shocks would consume all of your Fulmination and discharge it. So Earth Shock didn't do much damage, but the Fulmination stacks would do a ton of damage. But now that changed it back to Maelstrom, it looks like it's back to Earth Shocks doing a ton of damage when you use it, especially if it's a crit. It's like the biggest crit right now in a global Earthquakes, you used to be able to cast them like slowly, but then you could plant one. So in PvP, like a rogue is about to attack you, you can drop it down on your feet. Rogue's up on you, Earthquake knocks him down, and it can like mess up their opener. But with the Maelstrom coming back, they only made it so it's always insta-cast. You can either use it when you have Maelstrom, or you can't use it at all. So I was hoping they'll maybe give back the whole, like, you can still put it down like a mage with Blizzard. Like, you can put it down, or like a mage can Flame Strike. Flame Strike is not that great as an ability. It doesn't do that much damage. It's better as an insta-cast in between of you like crit weaves. But yeah, Earthquake is good for procs. Yeah, I was hoping though. Yeah, but I don't know. It it also feels a little bit weird because they were spending all this time on the beta trying to make Fulmination better, and in the end they're like, wait, two months before we have the release, let's go back. It's like, damn. Some of the talents I feel like should be baseline too, like in terms of playstyle. Like they feel really fun to play with. I feel like it feels good for like the what's the word I'm looking for? Like they feel right to play, right? They feel really good to play, and they feel so good that I feel like they should be part of the playstyle. Like Master of the Elements, I think it's really cool mechanic. Like Lava Burst into another ability, it could do a ton. SoundCloud, Knights of a Bastion. Am I required to go Kyrian for the Shadowlands if I join? Because they're Knights of Bastion, dude. I mean, Bastion and Kyrian, dude, they're synonymous. How do you mean it? Gotcha, fam. Well, no. Oh. Then why call it Knights of Bastion? Why not Knights of the Fairies? Why call it Knights of Bastion? Why not Knights of the Fairies? Fairies in a pretty blue forest. Baseline talents, Echo Elements should be baseline. Dude, Echo Elements too. That too. Because I feel like in the end, most shamans are going to go back to Echo. There's a legendary that makes you do more damage with a Lava Burst. So if you get the legendary, you just go Echo. You might as well just give him baseline Echo. Like the other two talents in a row don't do that much. I tried Static Charge, it wasn't that good. The other one is like kind of good, but it's okay. Getting back on Reg, I don't know, BRB, hope to duel. Alright, man, sounds good, man. What faction you lean towards? Horde. I already have a guild on Horde. Yeah, there's certain towns I think should be baseline. Like with 2 months left, I don't know. With Elemental Shaman, like if that was my main, right? If that was happening to my Auto Rogue, if they were doing like new mechanics, this thing's different, that thing different, and I'm like, okay, let's scrap it. And there's like 2 months away before expansion release, I'm like, I'd be a little concerned, right? There's still plenty of time for Blizzard to make chances, but it's like, wait, they have to take that big of a step back? Man. Sentence Elemental Blast should be baseline like this used to be. They definitely got to do something with Ascendants, at least with GCD. Sub-rogues will be tuned, most likely, but I think they're still really fun and really good. Portugal for inappropriate name. Why? Why would I do that? Challenge DPS rank, it suddenly looks promising. Wait, who are you guys looking? Okay, hold on. Is it WoW meta? Are you guys looking at meta? WoW meta? Is that what you're looking at? Okay, so WoW meta, first of all, is a trap as a website. Wait, Outlaw is that high up? Okay, Outlaw is good, but it's not that high up. Oh, come on, dude. Outlaw shouldn't be that high up. It's pretty good, but it's not that high up. No. Okay, WoW meta. Okay. So WoW meta is a decent website, but it's not good. It is not good. Let me show you why. Simple reason. Let's say you're looking at BFA damage rankings, right? And you want to find the best Destruction Warlock build, maybe, right? Or maybe you want to find the best Affliction Warlock build. Let's say you want to play Affliction. You want to try it? Alright, what are the best traits? Well, WoW meta should tell you what the best traits are. Best talent combo. Wait, did they clean it up finally? Did they clean it up? Did they actually do it? Yo, for the weeks, the one cleaned up. Okay, so for weeks, they had challenge from Destruction Warlocks here. So it was like, okay, you want to play Affliction? What are the top talents? Destruction Warlock talent, bro. It took him years to clean that shit up. Stats, casual 90% haste. Just go for 90% haste first. Yeah, that's I guess that's reasonable with corruptions, isn't it? And I guess AoE maybe it's 5% haste. Seems pretty major, but okay. Yeah, they're really sloppy at things to do. Let me tell you, they're really sloppy. Is the best less reliable? Yes, it's reliable. No, not really. Not really. So what they do is they take information off of WoW logs where people are farming content and cheesing mechanics to get insane parses. So it's not going to give you realistic numbers, number one. Number two, Arcane Mage, I can believe it. Affliction Warlock, I can believe it. Outlaw Rogue, I can't. Sub, Outlaw Rogue, I don't think is that high up there. What else? Windwalker is up. Shadow Priest, how is this not that high up? Why is this up over here? This should be, I think, a little higher because it's saying Demon Hunters do well. Demonology Warlock, I'm not sure. Assassination Rogue is more or less normal. Feral Druid, I think, should be mid-pack. Arms, I could see it down low. Everything else seems fine. So there's definitely some inconsistencies, to say the least. Inconsistencies, for sure. Yeah, I would take this website with a grain of salt. I wouldn't believe it like that, dude. I would not believe it like that. What about non-DPS specs? Okay. I was thinking maybe somebody will be... Wait, hold on. Did it change any? Hold on. Okay, it's only the bottom. Vengeance, Prod. I can see Prod because it's a glass cannon right now. Disc. Holy doing that much damage? What? Really? I guess if you're just deepsing, right? Just DPSing. Not healing at all. Why for Artificer? I can see that. I don't know, dude. I wouldn't believe him. Alright, let's get at least another one going for the night, boys. Let's get at least one more. Who got a group? Let me know. PM me. Who got a group? Look at the second boss, Arcane Mage Max DPS. Yeah. I did. Yeah, well, Arcane I could definitely see doing well because they are looking like a really good single target. And actually, they've gotten a lot better in Shadowlands. I think Arcane is actually going to be a viable spec. Because now on Shadowlands, on BFA, they don't really do much damage outside of their Arcane Power. But because Arcane Power is a 2-minute cooldown, I think they turned the knobs to make every other ability do a little more damage. That makes me feel bad because it chose the spec main WoW meta the whole time. No. Okay, so... You guys... Okay, I think it's not a good way to look at WoW meta. Because, again, first of all... I don't think the website is 100% right. Unless you are 100% sure that that's the right website, like they're correct in everything they have, you can't go by those numbers. I think it's a good idea to look at what they have, look at their numbers, take it, but still make up your own mind. Not just take a look at what's at the top and be like, I'll play that. I think rogues, sub-rogues are going to be good, but this is also looking at numbers before any of the endgame balancing, boys. Before any of the balancing. Right now I do 130k bursts in Arcane. Yeah, Arcane can do a lot of burst, but you don't really do a lot of damage outside of like your big burst windows really. Like it's kind of like Arcane Power, blast it. Okay, then we're waiting. Arcane Power, blast it. Okay, we'll wait. I think Arcane in Shadowlands has a big Arcane Power blast, but that it has good damage outside of it because the window between your Arcane Power is a little longer, so they made him a little bit better. In AoE, they're a lot better too. Good advice, Del. But most importantly, you also it's probably not a good idea to play classes because it looks like it does step damage. I think it's better, especially for your money, to play a class that you enjoy and have most fun with, right? Definitely would be worth to play a class that you enjoy and have the most fun with. Whatever spec it is, multiple specs of that class, whatever it is, boys. I think that's more important. Just enjoy what you like. Because the numbers, it's a balance and tuning. It's a give and take. Sometimes Blizzard gives, sometimes Blizzard takes away. So if, let's say you're playing class because it does top damage, but what if Blizzard balances it and it doesn't? Are you going to re-roll? Nah. This is why it's better to find a class you enjoy and just get as good as you can at that one class or one spec that you like. The nerf subtlety, I don't think they're going to nerf him. I think they're going to balance him down, but I'm hoping, really hoping, they don't like just drop him off a cliff. Because they're fun to play, and I think it's good for them to be effective. And I think since Sub doesn't really bring anything more unique than Outlaw, and Outlaw actually does have something unique. It has a lot of AoE damage. Sub rogues, I think, should do good damage, especially on single target, and it should be good at funneling damage. Yeah, I think Sub should be really good and efficient on single target. I think there's nothing wrong about it. Just subtlety, but in BFA it's a big nerf. But it was a BFA big... Yeah, Sub was fun, but then it got nerfed. Now no one plays it for PvE at least. But it was a lot of fun. Yeah, flavor of the month, I know, Golden, I know. I even have some guildies that are rerolling classes because they're looking like solid classes that will be brought to groups as flavor of the month. Because some of my guildies are like some of you guys. They just don't want to be uninvited from groups. For me, I've never had an issue. Well, I guess technically in Legion, it was a little bit tough for me to get into groups as an Outlaw Rogue. But it didn't matter because I enjoyed the shit out of Outlaw. Like, I enjoyed every single second I was playing Outlaw. And eventually I'd get into groups. First of all, Rogues were invited into a lot of groups. Unless you're a Demon Hunter or a Monk, because Shroud wasn't as necessary in Legion. But if I did get into a 23 as Outlaw, I played my fucking heart's content, dude. Eventually get in, like if you have Radar IO, or better yet, if you have guildies to do stuff with. This is why I say you guys should do stuff with guildies, because your guildies, like if you actually have real guildies, not some social guild with some officer hierarchy where everybody's like, oh, pass gear to my buddies that are officers, you know, none of those cesspool guilds. If you get like in a real guild, just looking for progression, looking to do meaningful content, just looking to have some fun with other guildies in a place where you can make friends, but the main goal for everybody is to improve, either in raids or in dungeons or whatever it is. Bring back hemorrhage and cat effects. I think they should bring... I'd be kind of cool if they brought hemorrhage back, like in place of pre-med for sub, because the current pre-med doesn't seem like it does a lot. Like it does good in the opener, like a shadow strike and you get sliced at this immediately, that's cool, but like, I don't really know. That's what I meant for Feral for funsies. Ferals are looking like they actually might be really good in Shadowlands though, because at least right now, they're one of the specs that on your Primal Wrath doesn't have an AoE cap. Your Boomies with Starfall don't have an AoE cap. Primal Wrath doesn't seem like it has an AoE cap either. So there is something unique that you do bring that only you have that most classes don't, or most specs don't. Yeah. Do we have any more groups, boys, or are we done ski? Because we didn't have a lot of variety in groups. Held Rock, Print, Hulk Smash. If you guys got groups, relax. If you guys got groups, let me know right now, my dudes. Let me know in real ID. Pyramid's good for open world? I think so too. Yeah, I think it'll be useful. Like, will it be completely useless in all situations? No. It'll be good for world quests, open world, leveling, maybe even PvP, like in BGs, right? In BGs, you'll just open with a Shadow Strike into probably Rupture, Cheap Shot, and go through your opener. Kind of like how you do like sometimes Shadow Strike Nightblade as a rogue into a Cheap Shot. So you want to min-max your uptime on, you know, stuns. So it might be the way to do it. Most fun class, spec dial. To me personally, most fun class that's a caster spec. Man, caster spec that's a hard. It's between Arcane Mage, Shadow Priest, and Demonology Warlock. Oh, actually, Boomy's got a little better. Okay, but it is going to be between Shadow Priest, Arcane Mage, and Demonology for me personally. I am going to definitely play Affliction. It does not mean Affliction is bad. I just always been a huge fan of Demonology and Pet Summons. I think they finally got it to be a little bit better. I definitely am going to play Affliction. I think a lot of people are going to play it as a flavor of the month. But for me, it's Demonology. Shadow Priests have gotten much better. Love them. An Arcane Mage. Like, they actually blast. Like, ridiculous damage right now. Like, for a very simple rotation. Share me Boomies. Boomies are pretty good too. I think got to think a little bit better. Last time I played one, I actually had a lot of fun because it was like now you have mechanics that are kind of like interacting with each other. I think they're doing better with their cleave. It's not perfect. I don't know what else they could really do to make them better. It feels like something is missing, but it's fun. It's really fun. New Kalamazi Demon looks really good. Need to check out what Kalamazi is doing. I need to give Demon another run. I haven't really played my Warlock in a bit. I've been going back. I go from class to class to class in like a cycle. Right now I'm on that enhancement elemental shaman trained a little bit. I'm going to reroll, but it's not because of flavor of the month. Played DK for 10 years, but since in Legion, something feels wrong with them. Started Monk in 8.3 and loving it. Yo, Lucas, I think you'll have a lot of fun. Yeah, a buddy of mine who actually played DK, when he was thinking of rerolling class for 8.3 or patch 8.2, he decided to go with a Monk. Decided to roll over the Monk, and he had a blast with it. He was having a lot of fun. Just punching and kicking, and mobility compared to the Death Knight lack thereof mobility. It is definitely different. I feel like you'll have a lot of fun with that one, man. It's very really undertuned. Most classes are getting 1.5 to 2k sustain. Fury DPS sustains 800 to 1k at the moment. A big head tech. I'll need to go and get some PvP gear on my Fury Warrior and then give it a try. How does that sound? I'll play some specs. I'll try out all the specs with the DPS and see like who does a ton, who doesn't do a lot. I might even make a video on like these specs need some help damage wise. Like which specs are doing the lowest amount of damage. Maybe that's not a good idea because that'll. Yeah, probably not a good idea. Probably not fair to highlight them while they haven't been tuned yet. Sub is fun for AoE. I have not tried the new changes with sub AoE. I have not tried that at all. But we'll see. No more duels. If anybody's up as a group, I will do them. But we haven't had too many groups on NA, so we're just kind of chilling with the chat, waiting. If somebody gets a group, we'll fucking do it. But I think most people are just kind of. I think we're dueled out. What part of Russia is your family from? I can give that away. So you know the Ural Mountains? Yeah. So like Asian side of Ural Mountains, because technically Ural like separates. At least I think it does. As a kid, I grew up and I'm thinking the Ural Mountain separates like Europe and Asia. And I'm from the Asian side of Russia. Yeah. That's about similar to this. So like east of Moscow, I think. Siberia feels like you lose no energy, so constantly burst AoE. I need to try the new because they did update the damage on that. So I want to see how it is in 5 targets cleave. Every spec with legendaries without fully built conduits with basic it seems pretty close. Fury just seems bad. You might be. I need to check it out again. But last time I played it, I was playing with bad gear, so I wouldn't want to give it like a full get them full set of gear, best stats possible, proper legendaries, proper conduits, and then give it a go. I'm gonna roll Feral and Challenge. Seems like a really fun and getting good changes. I think you'll like him, Smile. Yeah, I think lots of people are giving Ferals a try. Even Preach WoW. You would think Preach would play like a spec that's generally, or class is generally good, like a mage or a warlock. Like Feral is a niche for sure, right? It's a melee, and there's only so many melees you'll bring inside of a raid, and to bring a Feral, you really need to like justify a position in no sense. Kazakhstan? No. It is in Russia. It's not Kazakhstan. It's not like a part of the USSR. It is actually like Russia. How do you think over Red? Paladin, Red Pally. I have not played him in a bit. It's been a bit. Last time I tried him out was the new changes with the big burst damage they've had, right? With the execute sentence and the final verdict, I think. Don't quote me. I think it's called final verdict, but I am hazy. I haven't actually given him like a real try in like Mythic Pluses or in raid testing yet or nothing. I think I'd like to though. I need to give him a go. I think it's. I doubt they're gonna be bad, but I guess they're talking about PvP or PvE. I mean, if Savix is rerolling armor from PvP, and if McConnell had don't like him for PvE either. I think McConnell PvE is right. I don't think he PvP is, but I think damage-wise they might be okay. They might be middle of the pack, so maybe not impressive. Because sometimes it just be like that. I think it's going to come down to Blizzard tuning, but maybe even Blizzard tuning might not be enough because a lot of people are asking for mobility. I guess if you give him a little bit more mobility, it might be a little easier. 2 out of 5. I think a big choice for at least trying, man. I don't know if we'll have more duels though, but we'll try, I guess. How's Windwalker Shadowlands? It's a lot of fun. Like if you like Windwalker right now and you like your mastery, without corruptions, right? You take corruptions out of the equation. If you like the playstyle of the mastery right now, I think you'll like it in Shadowlands. Also, Zoan Salabs, dude. Big AoE. Instead of making a lot of your damage really be into the touch of death, which is single target, now Zoan will like cleave everything if there's multiple enemies, or he'll just blast one single enemy. So the more damage you do while Zoan is up, it'll be very similar to like burst setups with Zoan now, but it's kind of fun. I think they got some cool talents and such. And legendaries are pretty good too. Red damage is good, but they need serious fixing in PvP. Okay, yeah. So we'll have to wait and see. I mean, in PvP, I did see a clip of a Red Pally heal someone with Word of Glory for 30,000, which is more than someone's health in some cases, and then blast someone with the Templar's Verdict for 30,000 right after. So big heal, big blast, right one after the other. Or maybe not literally one right after the other, but I think they had that what's that on talent? The one where all your abilities generate 3 holy power. So I think it was like Word of Glory, Judgment, got 3 holy power, Templars, and blasted the dude out of the sky. So maybe it was that. I'm joining, I can tell you a bit about Metal Shaman 1v1 Duels. I know the potential 3s. I'm a huge fan of PvP. Can you tell me a bit about LA Shamans? They are interesting right now. I think right now they're kind of a lasso bot. In 1v1s, they're pretty decent. It's all about trying to get kicks out of the enemy and trying to land those hexes. But they have really good bursts with Earthshock. It's a surprising amount of burst. And survivability, they're pretty decent. Some classes they struggle, I guess, but other classes just roll over. So they're a niche for certain. They're not quite like a Windwalker or a Demon Hunter. They definitely can do well, but I feel like certain classes definitely give them a lot of trouble. I think Windwalker will be better for PvP and M+. I definitely hope they're not bad, because they're fun. But it depends, right? It depends what is required for Mythic Plus groups. I think a good Windwalker will be good in PvP and Mythic Plus. I don't know if it'll be like they are in BFA currently. We're in BFA. In PvP, they're really good in PvP. But in Mythic Pluses, they're not top tier. But if you do bring one, they'll probably do good damage. Just right now in BFA, they're overshadowed by Brewmaster and Mistweaver. So why would you bring a Windwalker? Because, you know, Windwalker brings the debuff for the physical damage. But why would you bring a Windwalker if, you know, you can have a Brewmaster or a Mistweaver? And you can have other melee that do more damage than a Windwalker in PvE. Right now in BFA, they scale really poorly with stats, so they go for versatility as the corruption. So hopefully they'll scale a little bit better with gear and stats in Shadowlands. I don't think there's a lot of one-shot mechanics in Shadowlands either. So you won't really need classes that have like Ice Block. I think certain classes will make certain fights easier because of Ice Block, but I don't think any of the bosses have one-shot mechanics unless you go for a really high level. It's really hard to. It's really hard to put like finger on it exactly, you know, finger on a pulse. Just because there's a lot of things that could go wrong, but there's plenty of things that could go right too. So it depends how. We'll need to wait and see. Long story short, if you like join Venthy, you can still get a mount from Transmark Warden build. I don't know if you can Rampage. That's a good question. I like to see red being useful outside of wings, being 100% reliant on wings. That's how I feel. I think red palace should. I think wings should be a good cooldown, but I don't think it should be like you either doing damage or you're not with wings. I really don't like that. I think they have such a cool playstyle and so many cool abilities, but being able to being a class that maximizes damage in wings, it's awesome on a 2-minute cooldown. But I think they should do good damage instead of wings. Like, nerf down the damage that wings gives, but then up the damage of the rest of abilities, and I think that might help them out a bunch. People will try hard when Shadowlands comes out. Yeah, of course. That's save expansion, though. Do you know the rotation for sub right now? So, in Shadowlands, sub rotation is really easy. In BFA, it's a little more complicated. In sub, you just Shadow Strike, doing dance to build comp points, and at 4 or 5 or 6 comp points, depending if you. I mean, I'm running deeper strats, so at 4, 5, 6 comp points, I think it's fine to eviscerate. And then after 3 Shadow Strikes, I always go for Gloomblade because of a conduit that makes my shadow damage go higher, or makes him a backstab damage higher, and then eviscerates give my shadow damage a little bit higher. So going for Gloomblade helps out a ton. So that's what I do. Rupture, I think right now you might want to start putting Rupture on an enemy as well. Prior to this, I did not use Rupture at all, because Eviscerate shadow damage was enough to make up Rupture, because you never need a Rupture. But I think you might need to maintain Rupture the whole time and Eviscerate. Might be the playstyle they're trying to force you to play. But basically, you try to go for the most amount of burst with wings, with dance and symbols of death. And if you're playing the big burst cooldowns, big burst talent with dark shadows that makes you dance 30% damage, make sure to line up dance together with symbols to make the most amount of damage happen. And they usually should line up. One is a minute, the other is 30 seconds, but the more comp points spent to finishes, the more dance, the faster you can get your dance back. So there should be like, you'll use one on a minute cooldown, the other 30 seconds, but by the time 30 seconds passes, you should be able to catch up and use them together every single 30 seconds. During that time, you want to make sure you have some energy, make sure you have Rupture and Slicing is already pre-rolling, and then you want to make sure you get Shadow Strike, Eviscerate, Shadow Strike, Eviscerate, as many Shadow Strikes and Eviscerates as you can during that time. Outside of that, you backstab, I guess. Try to stay behind the enemy, maintain Sliciness, maintain Rupture. But most importantly is going to be your dances. If you're playing Envelop in Shadows where you get 2 charges of Shadow Dance and shorter CDs, you basically just want to Shadow Strike as much as you can. It's better if you can have a dance of charge dance and a charge of Symbols of Death together. There's a bit of a different rhythm to it. But you basically want to make sure you have a dance charge and Symbols of Death together all times, but you can use dances a lot more often without stuff. You have to play a tank. Which tank and why? If I had to choose to play a tank, I'd probably do a... probably not a Paladin. Probably not a Vengeance Demon Hunter. I think a Bear would be a lot of fun, but I heard they're not that great. Because I would want to play a tank that's fun. I think Bear, as I said, it's easy, but it's not that great. Warrior, I think it would be kind of cool to make a challenge out of it, but I feel like I'd be annoyed if I can't tank things. Probably like a Brewmaster, Paladin, or a Blood DK. Probably one of those 3. I like the play styles for all three. If I had to play one, probably Blood DK. Would that be the easiest one? I like Blood and Prot. Yeah, Prot Paladin is pretty good. Apparently, Prot Paladin is really glass cannon, but they are decent. Brewmaster Monks apparently don't die right now. They got buffed again, and now they literally don't die. There's like some passive they have where they cannot die at this point, or some talent or something. With the oh, maybe it's a conduit actually. With the conduits and covenant, things get hard to get. No, they're supposed to drop from dungeons, drop from certain bosses. Certain bosses and dungeons drop conduits. You can buy them for PvP gear like Conquest and Honor. You should be able to at least. So they're supposed to drop like literally everywhere. They're supposed to drop like relics for your weapons. If you remember Legion relics, I don't really remember having to farm any specific relics for Legion. Ever. I just, whatever I have is whatever I have. And it didn't really make that much of a difference, you know what I mean? Which healer? Oh, that's a hard one. Because I play Disc Priest right now, and I like the ability to do damage while healing. I think I would go Mistweaver. Mistweaver is bugged right now, but I think it would be a lot of fun to go melee Mistweaver and then heal allies while meleeing. I think it'd be fun as hell. Like, if it worked, right? It's bugged. Not everything works. Ledgers don't fully work. But if that one worked, I'd probably do Mistweaver. That just sounds like fun. Like, whether I'm good, whether it's not, I'll probably play that. Because that sounds like a blast. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Appreciate it for coming by, man. Yeah, if I had to choose one. Do I think about making a community for duels? Most people don't know how to participate. I'd like to help them a lot and it would make a group faster. Like a community, right? Like the, like... create a community, make a 5V5 1v1 DUELS community. Would I make it a Blizzard group, cross game, my players, or great for in-game friends, alliance players from any realm? I guess it would be cross realm, wouldn't it be, right? Yeah, it would have to be cross game friends. Or would it be this? Because this is like alliance characters. I guess I would need to be BNet. Yeah, I haven't thought about it. I don't really know how many people actually use communities. Is there a lot of big communities out there for stuff like that? The top one? What, that would be only for Alliance. Wouldn't I need to make two? One for Alliance, one for Horde? How's the State of Frost Death Knights? They're fun as hell. I don't know about damage, but they've gotten buffed recently. Look like fun, but their DPS and Shadowlands, I have no idea. We are still going to get balance tunings for DPS and stuff, but they're fun as hell. I love the fact that two-hand is really starting to shine. And plus communities, arena communities. Oh, is it really? Okay. Yeah, because I haven't used any, so... Yeah, it's like a... I guess it's not an explicit rule, but it's like, if I don't use it, I don't know how many other people do, so I never made one because I don't really use it. Project is broken, you think so? I love Disc. I'd like to get some pain too. Yeah, Disc is great for that. I have an opinion on rolling Elemental Shaman or Mage for Duels 1v1 and World PvP. Why not? Interesting melee gameplay. Not interested in melee gameplay. Mages, I think, are going to be a good if you don't really care about which spec you play, because there's going to be at least one spec that's good for duels. Shamans could be good, but we'll see. I think they're still going through a bit of turbulence. I think Shadow Priests are looking really solid for 1v1s, and so are Warlocks. If you're looking for 1v1s in like World PvP. Could you make an Elemental Shaman and Mage good? Yeah, you could. With gear, practice, clever use of honor talents, think inside the box kind of deal. Yeah, you totally could. I just don't know. Why am I so afraid to just say something's going to be good, something is not? I always just keep like adding an extra, oh, I don't really know. Like I would say this, but I don't really know. I guess technically we don't really know because, you know, Blizzard's still doing a lot of balance tuning for, hasn't even done the balance tuning for a lot of classes. And next week they could literally put up a build that's like, turns it on its head. I don't know, dude. I keep almost apologizing for my words, dude. At least I feel like I'm saying stuff, but like apologetically in a way. If that makes any sense. Where's Tasty needs to clap? I think it still plays on EU, but it's saying to BFA. Fake Raid, Shadow Legends clan, dude. Easy, dude. Easy. Any Hunters? Emma mostly. Hunters should be pretty... They should be better, but I don't know if they're going to be better. They look like they do pretty good in PvP right now, but in duels, I don't know. The lack of this pet stun might hurt them a lot. But having a binding shot baseline might be enough. We'll have to wait and see. I think we'll have to wait and see when pre-patch comes out and once Shadowlands releases. Like, I'm pretty sure there's going to be plenty of crazy bastards out there that will try it out. Do you remember the cannon talent from Legion? Yes, I do. The cannonball. Yeah, I think that would have been cool to make that our AoE. My meta is pretty speculative. Most people on PTR aren't able to hit the full covenant. Yeah. Well, I think WoW meta is using beta, the Shadowlands beta logs. I don't know if they're using PTR logs. But yeah, that's level 60 characters versus level 50. I want it back? Dude, I'd be okay with it. I'd be okay if they brought it back. But I don't rise someone's hope at this point because I don't influence it can hurt classes specs if you say they're good or bad. But it's like, I hate feeling like... I almost get a feeling like I have to apologize for my words. It's like I'm trying to be too careful and I just keep beating myself. I'm like, why am I being so fucking careful all the goddamn time? Like, it literally pisses me off in some sense. I guess is the way I put it. You know? I don't know. Yeah, but WoW meta, you guys shouldn't take that too hard. I think it's definitely cool to check it, peep it. Like, oh, what do they have? But I don't think they're going to be a list. I don't think Outlaw is that high on the list. I'll tell you right now. Suburg is good, but it's probably that good, but we'll see. You really think Shadowpress is going to be good in 1v1s? They've got improved, yeah. So the damage they do now with DP is nutty. The self heals they have for Shadowmans is much better. And they have a great CC toolkit. They just never really had the damage to go with it. Let's see them getting some love, shine against melee. I think they're going to be much better. Are they going to be able to beat every melee, every class? No, they're going to say have some counters. But I think they're going to be, because right now in 1v1s, they're in probably the worst situation I can think of besides marksman hunters in BFA. But going into Shadowlands, their toolkit and damage will be much more consistent. Unless maybe they're going against paladins or the priests who could dispel disease. That would be the worst, but that's about it. Yeah, don't be careful. The harvester is better than anyone else. Yeah, it's just... I don't know, dude. I end up like trying to be careful and then I beat myself about it later. I don't know why the fuck. What happened with Demon War? Like, I hear they actually look really good. They feel fun as hell on beta right now. The fact that you can't have like a full army of pets is gonna be great. Time to Rise and Sun kick some death stuff in Shadowlands. Let's go, dude. I think here you're not all about cookie cutters, trendsetter. Yo, dude. I've never been... I don't know, dude. I don't really... Like, if someone is like, let's say there's a bandwagon. People are all about this one thing hype. I've never been the kind of person to jump on a bandwagon immediately for things. Like, is there something I love or something I like, dude? I'm gonna go for it. But... I don't know. I don't know what I can say. But I'm glad to have you here, Captain. It took an entire priest community to fix the priest class. You're safe to talk about it. Well, I was there for like a lot of the priest stuff, right? I was there seeing it, and it was kind of cool to just like see what the priests are, and like the stuff that I talked about, like the dots and the importance of dots. Blizzard hit it out of the park with that one for me. Like, even in single target, your dots don't do that much in terms of damage, but the other things you could do for gameplay for you, yo, I loved it. I enjoyed the shit out of it. The water, it's all subjective, we get it. Yeah, I guess maybe in the back of my mind, I'm thinking like maybe somebody will take me out of context. Right, so I always have to add extra context and extra apologies and shit. But it's like, I beat myself up after it anyway, so it's just like I should just stop. Yeah, tell Blizz to give better. I think Blizz should give more people beta. We need more PvP testing. We need more PvP testing. We really, really do. Like, if this is going to be out in 2 months, we need to do something about the trinkets, the items, all that stuff. They need to add us the vendors. So you can use all the PvP items, all the PvP trinkets. And I think, honestly, Blizzard should cut the effectiveness of on-use trinkets that have, like, an extra damage effect. At least by half. Just right now. Just do it. Just cut it by half. And make PvP trinkets be the only trinket that you can do that with. Because that'll be so much. To get better, so, I mean, yo, we gotta do some skirms, bro. We got, like, a 450 100 in the group. Totally kerploded. Yeah, it's all good, relax. It's all good, my man. Perhaps in SL I finally have a main. None of the classes really stick with me with the suspension. Yeah, it's alright if none of the classes really stick with you. Definitely give a bunch of your alts and mains a go once pre-patch comes out, boys. Definitely give them a solid run. Like, if you really want to give them a solid chance, like, just remove all the Azerites from your gear and remove your necklace abilities. Like, to put on the most useless ones that your spec wouldn't benefit from. And that's basically how your spec will play. Minus conduits and legendaries, of course, and covenant abilities. So at least you'll get a base idea. But play what you have that's fun. Level a bunch of alts that like might be potential mains. And yeah. On beta you can do BGs. I think we can, but I haven't got to try queues. And everybody else says the queues take extra fucking long, so Did I show you up right as the ended? Did I show up right as the ended? Yo, Wiki, we couldn't find groups for quite a bit actually. We've been just chit-chatting with the chat. I want to learn dungeons, but random dungeon finding just throws me into the halls of atonement 10 times in a row. Yeah, it does do that. It do be like that sometimes. I think you might just be able to get into like a 10+ group because there's a lot of people that are just learning dungeons. Or you have to select like all the dungeons that you're interested in, and make sure to just select the ones you're not interested in. Does the Fury Warrior with one-handers? Wait, does it not one-handers? They look like one-handers for real. I guess they're two-handers. Huh. Weird. Oh, 1 minute, gotta go. Alright. And beta, yeah, you should be able to do BGs. Yeah. Alrighty, boys. I think we're gonna call it here, man. We waited for a bit. All the duels are out for the NA, and hopefully next week we'll have more groups. Or if we can get the, oh, Circuit Storm and Shadow Vault are doing quite a bit of damn now. Huh. Yeah, I'll definitely need to give it a try in AoE. I think tonight me and the guild might do a lot of Mythic Pluses. I definitely want to hop on Conan and see if we have more tribes to raid on there, but outside of that, I think we're just chilling, dude. I think we're just chilling. I think maybe some beta. What else are you going to play? What alts? I'm still trying to decide. I had a list of like a Warlock, Shaman, Paladin, Warrior, DK, but I think that list might be changing a little bit. Might have to revise my list. Have a good night. Thank you, boy, man. Appreciate you, Jimmy. Thank you, boys, so much for coming by. Appreciate. I can't talk. Thank you, boys, for coming by. Appreciate all of you. What else? I'm gonna hop on the beta later tonight. Do some more keys. I want to finally finish a Plaguefall, dude. I have not been able to finish Plaguefall for the life of me. For some reason, the last boss with the mechanics, killer. But I'm probably gonna run that one as either sub or enhance. I want to try enhance. Hey, voted in Shadowlands Mount. I voted the big tree, dude. I like the idea of a big ass tree. But I saw Asmorgul come out and say that he's voting for the caterpillar. So we'll see how that swings, dude. You know what I mean? I think a big ass tree would look pretty cool, though. I think it would look great. But also Nerubian, like Skitter, also sounds pretty cool. But we'll see how it looks like. Anyway, boys, thank you so much. Appreciate all of you. I'll see you boys next stream tomorrow for more beta. Alrighty? Alright. Peace.